Gentlemen, welcome back. The stream has begun. I'm gonna try streaming on Twitch once more. Wait, let me make sure. Crap, I gotta go. If for real doing me dirty right now. I gotta open up. Oh my gosh, I forgot I had it set up like this. Okay, here's how we're gonna do this. Oh my gosh. There's nothing confidential on that. That's my fault, guys. But welcome to the stream. We are gonna cook. We're gonna cook today. Sorry, you're gonna hear some audio while I fix my Twitch settings. But we're gonna cook today. We're gonna open up with a little bit of pro analysis. Just a little bit of pro analysis. We're looking at a game of Lips on Lijiang Tower. And then we are gonna open it up to VOD reviews. As always, guys, I offer free coaching. You can join my Discord. It is shown here. Join the Discord. You can see a lot of really cool people that you can chat with and learn more about the game with. And submit a VOD review. All you do is you go to coaching request here. It is a Discord forum. You're going to input a code, a map, and your name, and then I'll take a look at the code if I can. I do 5-ish VODs a stream, 5 to 6, kind of depending on time. And then I'm going to start doing one pro analysis per stream so we can start building up that knowledge base. And for the record, guys, all of the notes from the pro analysis is going to be kept inside of a vault that I'll have public in, I don't know when, but eventually. And then you guys will be able to reference it. It's not going to be like super in-depth notes. You'll have these VODs to reference. But that's the game plan. That's the whole situation here. So if you guys have any questions as the stream goes on, just let me know. I would love to answer them. But once again, thank you guys for being here. Stream is live. And then it's going to be https://www.twitch.tv/ whoops, my fault. /TV/OneToldTale or YouTube. If stream lags, we'll drop off Twitch. Okay, so yeah, if the stream lags, guys, I need you to be extremely loud and bother me so we can get it fixed. Also, if you guys can't hear, I have this Lijiang playing. If you guys can't hear it, let me know so I can change the settings. But we're gonna get started with the pro analysis. So this is a VOD of Lip. If you don't know who Lip is, he is arguably the best hitscan player in the world. Very few players of his caliber, especially with his tenure. He's been in the league for like 3 years at this point. And he's just he's on Crazy Raccoons, which is arguably the best team in the world. And I study him religiously. He's my biggest inspiration and who I've studied the most out of every player. And he's a really good example of how to play Cassidy. So we're going to watch him on Ilios. You can't hear it. Well, it's not. Tell me if you can't hear it while it's playing. But long story short, Lip is the best player ever. And we'll go from there. But let me know if you still can't hear it, Barbosa. Those are kind of loud for me. Also, thank you for being here. Fortnite Pro, Montana, thank you for being here as well. I appreciate you guys. VOD reviews are tomorrow. No, I've been doing Monday and Friday. Also, let me know if you guys can hear the browser. I'm going to do Mondays because the code's reset on Tuesday, and it's just going to be easier for me. And then Fridays, I think I might move it to the weekend. I'm probably just going to do three streams a week, but we'll see. I might do 3 streams a week, but not as loud. Can you guys hear it? I don't want to go through the whole VOD without you guys being able to hear the audio. I mean, it's not that important, to be honest. The audio is not that critical. But, yeah. So I'm just going to go through it anyway. So one thing to point out, we're going to look at the ban phase. Also, the video is going to be terrible, guys. So you're going to have to bear with me because I'm like streaming a stream on 720p. The bans, so on this Lijiang Tower, they banned Lucio, Freya, Doom, Sombra, I think. Yeah, Doom, Sombra. The bans are largely inconsequential. The most important ban there is the Lucio ban. So the only thing to keep in mind, just looks better than YouTube 1080p. Yeah, that is true. I just uploaded my montage and I saw all of it get compressed. All of my hard work down the drain. It's fantastic. But the only ban here that's consequential is the Lucio ban. Bro, wait, what? He doesn't play Genji, right? Yeah, now he plays Cass. It's the Lucio ban. So the only thing that you should really keep in mind is that the enemy team is not going to have a Lucio. And on your team, you're probably not going to... I wonder if he's even going to have a main support. Ideally, he has a Brig. It's going to make playing Cass a lot easier. But if he doesn't have Brig, then it should be not that big a deal. It's be interesting to see how he plays if there is none. Let's speed this up a little bit. So it's Bap at Lari, so there's no main support. So the thing is, if you watch pro play, like if you watch a Crazy Raccoons game, Lip will have Chorong on typically Brig, and they play this white room here. So what ends up happening is I'll play a little bit, but like what they'll do is Brig, does Lip play Genji at all? No. So Lip is a hit scan. So in competitive play, there's a quote unquote sub role called HDPS, which is hit scan DPS. So their hero pool is typically going to be something like Cass, Ashe. Well, let's just do the main ones. So the main heroes that this role will play are going to be in this meta: Freya, Sojourn, and Cass and Tracer are typically the main HDPS hero pool. And then there's some other ones that some teams run, which are going to be a Sombra and then Widow. These are more like niche circumstances. Sombra, what else is there? Sombra, Widow, Ashe. And then I think that's about it. They don't play the Genji. So here are the heroes they don't play. So they don't play Genji. They don't play, like, the most important heroes that they don't play are the Genjis. They typically don't play Tracer. So this is, like, if you ever watch Crazy Raccoon, it's Heesang that plays the Tracer, not Lip. Sometimes they'll run, like, a double flanker comp, and then you'll see Lip on Tracer, but it's not very common. So they won't really play the Genji, the Tracer. They won't play, like, an Echo. They won't play a Pharah, you know, stuff like that. More projectile-oriented heroes. These are more like the quote-unquote finishers of team comps, and you won't see the hitscan DPS playing on those. So it's almost always like the traditionally hitscan heroes, as in like true hitscan, as well as Freya into the mix. But that's generally what that looks like in terms of hero pool. And if you want to get better at the game, because we're already on this topic, I think the best hero pools you can have to actually get better at the game is going to be Cass plus either Tracer or Genji. I think is going to be the best 2-trick pool. And I only think you should 2-trick. I think learning more heroes than that's kind of a waste of time, if I'm gonna be honest. Or it's like you're doing it for fun rather than actually trying to improve. I think Cass, one of these, but if you want to stick to hit scan as a role, I think the best hero pool is Cass, Sojourn, for sure. And I would just stick to these two. I personally play these two. But if you want to get better at the game, I highly, highly, highly recommend one of these hero pools. Because the reason I say this is Cash Sojourn, you're practicing the same kind of mechanical formula, and it's a lot of play in main, look for headshot opportunities, whatever. It's like a lot of the same thought process. But if you do something like a Cash Tracer or a Cash Genji, it encourages you to get out of your comfort zone and learn more about the intricacies of the game itself. And it'll give you a more well-rounded understanding of Overwatch, because the flex DPS position requires a different line of thinking than the HDPS position. Why Tracer? So Tracer is arguably the most mechanically difficult hero in the game, because there's a lot of, I don't know how much you know about economics, but there's a lot of economics behind Tracer. It's, should you use Blink to, like look at this situation right now. Whoops, my fault. Look at this flashbang, you guys. Look at this situation right now. If you were Tracer, would you have come through the left room to flank, or would you have come in main? Or probably not come in main, let's be real. So let's not even propose that option. Or would you have come through right side main and try to force an off angle by blinking behind them and shoot them in the back of the mini? Right? I don't know. I mean, I don't play Tracer, but I mean, these are two options that as Cass you'd be throwing if you did either one, pretty much. Right, and then you also get into mid fights where it's like, should you blink left here behind this wall, or should you blink out behind somebody and then force a recall with your 180? Like, there's a lot of Tracer forces you to think in ways that you wouldn't be thinking as other heroes at the end of the day. It's a lot of, but it also, as a result, you have a lot of power over the game, right? Tracer is like the best hero to deadlift. You can deadlift your Tracer in even pro lobbies. Like, I don't know if y'all ever watch Heesang, but this dude is not messing around on the hero, right? There's a lot of like really good Tracers nowadays. Like Heesang is one of them, and one that even pros study. So yeah, so that's kind of my explain. I could get more into the nuance of Tracer, but it's a really long discussion, and I'm not like in a good place to demonstrate it. But we're gonna go ahead and hop into the pro review here. So on the pro review, just keep in mind Lucio's banned, and he has no main support now, which is just, you know, it happens. And then he forces White Room, which is pretty typical. I want you guys to notice. Hopefully this doesn't take me too far back. Okay. So one thing to notice here is his crosshair placement. I'm also in a faster speed. Let me turn it down real quick. Default. Okay. So notice, very, very important part of the cast matchup on this map is farming headshots on the tank. So one thing he wants to do is farm headshots on tank here and force them out. There's a couple different VODs of Lip being in this room, and it's all about tank pressure whenever you're in White Room. Because if you can force the tank to use CDs early, that's going to let Jasmine here push forward, and then now they can take White for free, and this is like the power position to have in Lijiang. So he's going to consciously, I mean, of course, think about playing or getting headshots, because that's just all you do is Cassidy. But notice, see this even this roll backwards? I mean, let's watch it back in context. Oh my gosh. Come on, bro. Okay. So he takes spam damage from, I think it's a Kiri on the off angle, immediately plays risk adverse and rolls backwards. No hesitation. And this is why roll is never a cooldown you should use aggressively. Like even Lip, he'll roll back. I'd rather you, this is a really good example of how to use roll. I'd rather you roll backwards to avoid a, I don't know, 15% chance of dying instead of like than not. Like I think it's a really good way use of roll and a really disciplined way to play Cassidy. Like roll is almost always a defensive cooldown, and I think maybe this is a little bit overreacting, but I think he's maybe worried about he's going to catch a spear or other spam from the Alari as well, which will basically insta kill him. So he goes for the roll backwards. Like this is a really good demonstration of how to use roll. See, once again, looking for headshots on the Orisa, and then he kites out as, even though his ram is here, he kites out as the Orisa threatens space. And then notice, he sees the Orisa come right side, so he immediately fills the gap and takes White Room space again. Right? Because at the end of the day, if he rotates right side, he loses the opportunity to push in main, where he can catch maybe a Venture, or he knows there's a Kiri playing the angle as well, so he can deny both of those rotations as Cassidy. Because this is generally pretty good geometry, right? For Cassidy, on this map, oh, sorry, I was trying to erase this. There's a mini here. I mean, it's down currently, but there is a mini there that he can play, and the wall behind him is not very far. It's within roll distance, and roll is about to come straight off cooldown. Okay. So the Venture walks forward, and the Orisa reswings, so he gives back space. And then look how many headshots he's hit on this Orisa, guys. He's not even looking at anyone else, really. He's really, really putting a lot of focus on putting pressure on the enemy tank. And I'd also keep in mind, where has his other DPS been the whole fight? We don't know, right? It's not, I'm pretty sure his other DPS is Genji or something. No, it's Venture, right? His other DPS is Venture, and the fact that we haven't seen Venture is a big reason why he's shooting tanks so much. Because he doesn't need to play an angle, because his Venture is consistently playing an angle. But this is a thing you can't directly apply to your guys' own ranked games, because you're going to have flex DPS bots that just sit in main with you here, okay, and they're not going to be taking initiative and taking risk. So this is like how you would play if your teammate is a pro, like if this was Heesang right here. But if your teammate's not a pro, you need to still keep in mind where your ally DPS is. Like this is the fundamental, right? You have to understand where your ally flex DPS is, and then take your angles accordingly and play accordingly. Like if this guy wasn't doing this, Lip would probably be playing slightly differently. Like if the ally flex DPS was standing where Lip was, I'm not convinced Lip would still be on this angle. I think he'd maybe swing wide and go more toward point, not play on point, but go more toward that side. Headshot on BAP. So I don't really know why he fanned there, to be honest. I'm not obsessed on that. See, look how many headshots. Like 10 headshots on this Orisa over the last minute. Insane. Flash after the venture pops up. But one thing I want to point out here. So the fan comes out, sees the tracer, does not commit to the tracer mark. So the tracer uses recall. So usually you try and avoid where the other flex DPS is standing, play opposite that. Basically, right? That's kind of the theory. And when is playing the same angle good? It's playing the same angle as your flex DPS is typically only good if you don't have any better options. Like if your best option is to double up, then double up, right? Like for example, if for some reason this map had no, like if we come back here on the rollout, like if Lijiang for whatever reason had like this flank didn't exist, and then your flex DPS is Symmetra or something, and like you're probably better off doubling up here and forcing the white room thing. Like I mean that's probably not a perfect explanation, but like I'd have to find a VOD. I'm not gonna look for it now, but I'd have to find a VOD to demonstrate it. There's one, actually a good one is if you go to my coaching session with Spilo, I have a Numbani VOD with him. It's like in the second half where I go play a high ground on Numbani attack when I should be doubling up with my Sombra because my angle is bad if I don't. Playing scrim today, I was always contested on any angle whenever I tried straying away from main. Yeah, and that's why in coordinated play, you pretty much always play main. Like how Lip is playing right now. So the problem with the hit scan DPS role, this is more relevant to hit scan, particularly Ashe and Cass, is because you're so low mobility. Taking flanks is not good because you're just gonna get punished in coordinated. Because typically in coordinated, they're typically playing some type of speed hero, normally a Lucio. Like it's very rare that like it's either Lucio or Brig, and either way, Lucio is absolutely devastating in coordinated play against Cass. So you'll always get punished on the angle. And so like typically like in the coordinated play, it's your flex DPS that's going to be taking the space aggressively, like taking the most risk, and then use the hit scan DPS. You just like mainly tank pressure, which is why if you ever watch OBS Sojourn, like any hit scan, so like Merit or Lip or whatever, it's going to be a lot of just sitting main. Like it's going to be a lot of what you're looking at right now in this VOD. Lots of just sitting in main. Okay. So he's taking the space aggressively against this Orisa, which is pretty high risk, to be honest. But they just killed one, right? Notice the Venture is dead. What the heck? Notice the Venture is dead here. Where's my pencil tool? Am I blind? Oh, yeah, here it is. Notice the Venture died, right? And he feels comfortable pushing up because he's at a high enough elo where he assumes his tank is going to be right here. Because this is objectively the best play for the tank to make. So he just kind of assumes the tank is pushing. If you're in your own rank games, I don't recommend you push the way Lip does here. Because I don't want you to take a 1v1 against this Orisa and get outskilled and die, right? Like, here he trusts his tank is also his duo. He trusts him to push forward. So tank pressure is the power of Cass and scrimming. It just depends on the map, right? Most of the time, Cass is picked in pro play. It's a map where Cass is good in the neutral over something like a Sojourn. So it's gonna be like this map, for example. There's no inherent advantage of Sojourn because as Cassidy, everything is pretty much in your effective range, and you can get enough value from just headshotting the tank 20 times. While if you're Sojourn, headshotting the tank doesn't have as much value. I mean, your value as Sojourn in coordinated play is rail. It's a pick opportunity. So for example, if you think about Eichenwald first, so let me open up the blackboard here. Like if you think about Eichenwald first, it looks something kind of like this. Like this is the choke. We're attacking. Okay, so we're attack, and then we have the flank on the right side like this. If you just play in main, like this is you. If we think about it, and then these are the baddies, the enemy team, and they're going to be marked as square head guys. And then their thing looks something like this, and then there's a wall here, and then it's like this. Okay, you know, I'm not an artist, right? There's a reason I play video games. It looks like this basically. So the thing is, Sojourn is going to outperform here because most of the time the attackers are going to be out of Cass's effective range here. And you're just going to take a lot of spam. Sojourn can roll out, and Sojourn can also just do way more damage at range, right? And get the pick potential. Because if Sojourn can, like, as Cassidy, this is going to take 3-4 headshots to kill somebody. It's like 30 something meters, which is just out of Cassidy's effective range. So it's not going to be great for you. But if you're Sojourn, you can farm a tank, so farm this guy, whatever, and then you have Rail, and then bam, this guy just explodes. And then all of a sudden, it's way easier for your team to push in. Right? I mean, this is also like super simplistic. There's other advantages of playing Sojourn in a situation like this. Like you can come left side. You can like roll. You can slide up to the bridge here and play on the bridge as Sojourn, which you can't do as Cassidy. Right? There's a lot of other options you have as well. But in terms of like having a straight up better gun, Sojourn is better in this situation. Right? Which is why every time you guys give me Eichenwald VODs, you're throwing if you play in the main door and not go to the right side mini room on attack. Because you're just not leveraging the strength of your weapon. But yeah, this is like exactly... So Lip actually gets too greedy here. This roll forward... Look, notice this. Even Lip makes the mistake that you guys make all the time, which is a really greedy roll forward. So the only reason he dies is he rolls forward before his tank is able to push up, and then he dies. This is a misplay for sure. There's no world where this is correct. Because he doesn't know... So... The also reason is he could be tracking Orisa cooldowns right now, and it's been like 10 seconds since she's used either cooldown, so he knows she has gold and jab spin. So there's pretty much no world where this roll forward makes any sense. So that's a misplay from Lip. And notice even Lips makes this mistake and it gets him killed. You should never roll forward. It's really bad. Pretty much always. Like there's like 10% of scenarios where rolling forward is good. Oh, I forgot to record. And I forgot to turn my replay buffer on. Dang. Whatever. That would have been a good clip. Oh, shoot. Okay, let's look at this. Hold on. How does he get this kill? Look. Guys, look at this. How does Lip get this kill? How does Lip get this kill? He aims head level and then the Tracer just happens to be slightly behind the Venture. He misses the Venture and hits a headshot and kills her. That's all it is. Like a lot of Overwatch as Cassidy is I cannot stress this enough. It's straight up just aim head level and you will be magnetic to value. Like that's just straight up free value from aiming head level. No, there's not a lot of skill there. It's straight up just aim head level and you win. Like notice even in this Kiri matchup, look where Lip is aiming the whole time. This is head level. He's aiming head level off rip always, and you'll start to notice this as we go to the rest of the VOD. But he is always aiming head level, pretty much. Look. I mean, he dies, he gets gapped, but like, he's always aiming head level. And actually, let's look at this again. I think he actually aims with his movement here. I don't even think he aims with his mouse. Do you think Lip is consciously playing or is he autopiloting? I think in comp, he's probably thinking about. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to assume. Yeah, I could give you an answer, but I don't want to assume. But I don't think he's like. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of it is autopiloting. To be honest with you. Okay. Let's look at this. Yeah, in this particular fight, Lip barely actually moves his mouse, which is interesting. So he tries to counter strafe. Or anti-strafe or whatever you want to call it. And then he just loses the duel. Whatever. So he comes right side. So I think a big part of why he comes right side is because if he actually was walking up the stairs now, he'd be too early. He'd be too early into the fight because his RAM is... Where is his RAM? His RAM... Hold on, let's play this again. Oh my gosh, this is annoying. I need to learn the hotkeys. So his RAM is in main and has to rotate back right. Okay, look. This is why he doesn't go stairs. So he doesn't go stairs because he sees his Venture get jabbed. Okay. And then he sees his RAM is right side. So if he comes here, he's going to be early. And if he's early here, he's pretty much dead. He's going to eat a jab from... He's going to eat a jab and a jab spin from the Orisa, just as he did earlier when he rolled forward over here. And then he's going to die. And he's not going to get help. I mean, his team's going to be with him, but why even take the risk? So he comes right side. So that's why he chooses his pathing. And then his RAM rotates back, so I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back to mini. Okay. So here he wanted to fight the Kiri, but the Kiri ends up leaving, and it's not even a good angle for him to take anyway. So he decides against it, right? I mean, if he makes that rotation to the right side here, whoops, that's the highlighter. If he makes the rotation to the right side, he's just going to get contested by this BAP and whoever. I don't even know who else is up there, but he's going to get contested, right? So coming right side's not going to make a lot of sense, and he's going to be isolated and open to a venture dive, which is like the last thing you want. So he's not going to do that. Also, the Kiri can just TP away, so it's a bad fight. And then he rolls to the left to try to get a better angle, because I think his long-term play is to try to come left side white room and try to fight that way. But then he doesn't... Oh, okay, wow. Okay, he does a lot of different things here. So he shoots. He doesn't have roll? Oh, yeah, because he rolls the angle. I forgot. Rolls to the angle. Gets caught in this. So he uses... very cool clip. He uses Deadeye for damage resistance. And I think it actually saves his life. This is very rare. No, it didn't actually save his life, so it's actually kind of inconsequential. Because I think... Yeah, he has Immort. And I think he pops it too late, actually. No, he pops it in time. How much damage resistance do you get from Deadeye, actually? Overwatch, Cassidy, Wiki. I think at the very beginning, it's 50. But I can't remember for sure. So... It is... So you guys can see here. It's 40%. 40 to 0. Okay. So you get 40 damage resistance. I don't actually think it made a difference here, but that was the intention. And then I think he draws instantly, doesn't he? Yeah, he draws pretty much instantly. Fans out. Stop. Notice he stopped shooting the Orisa because there's pretty much no way he's going to kill this Orisa. So he's looking for value elsewhere, and he was hoping he could kill the Tracer, but he doesn't get the frag. And then he's just kind of dead. Yeah. So his issue, the misplay here is honestly, this rotation right side for this just didn't really make any sense, to be honest. I don't really know why he did. I think he thinks he can get timing on the Kiri because he thinks the Kiri's going to reswing, but the Kiri doesn't end up reswinging. So maybe my analysis, so maybe it's not a mistake, but here there's pretty much no reason he should be going wide. I'm going to be honest. Because Jasmine's still in choke. I don't think going wide makes any sense. He's open up to this BAP, and now in a rare situation in Orisa W keys here with ulti, he can't rotate out. I just think this angle that he's in right now is open to risk. Why not just play the left side and then try to force white room? I think that's better for the neutral. Or if you want to play main, just wait till Jasmine takes more space. So I think that's a mistake from Lip, and that's why it ends up... I mean, I think he probably would have died because this fight would have been lost either way. But I think... I don't know if coming wide on this angle is that good. I mean, he does roll out, so I don't think it's that bad. It's just kind of... Yeah, I don't even know. Well, I think part of actually why this original ult is because he doesn't have roll. That's, I think, the admin probably a contributing factor. I don't know. I don't want to overthink this one too much. So notice he's not coming left door. He's coming main because he wants to... Because the thing is, if he doesn't come main, who's going to shoot tank? So it's going to be just Ram. And then the Orisa's going to be able to live on this angle for a lot longer. So he chooses to come main instead of going for flank. Also aiming head level. Always aiming head level. That's how he's able to hit headshot this Orisa. He's just straight up aiming head level and moving his mouse vertically or laterally. Early, look at this. Look at this. Important flash timing on Venture. Always on the Venture thing, you want to predict that they are going to pop out early or whatever and throw it during the beep, 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 beep sound effects and try to get them. That's an insane ult by the Orisa. Yeah, that's why it's kind of tough for me to think about like what the mistake is, because it is a really good play from the Orisa. Look at this. This Kiri is low and he's still aiming for head here. Look. He sees that the Kiri's low, still aiming for headshots. He gets just straight up gapped. Oh my gosh. That is so sad. Wow. That's a GM1 Kiri for you. Holy moly. Oh, I gotta This is my fault. I got a Korean ad. So that's a good roll forward. Where was it on this Curie? Sorry, I don't remember. On the Curie. Oh, let me check. Actually, I didn't actually pay attention to that. Let's see. Aim head level on the Curie? No, it's a bad roll forward. He doesn't have flash. There's no point. Like, if she has TP, is this roll forward gonna make it like? I mean, he's with the Alari, so I guess you can argue for. If we're trying to be like really nitpicky, I think this is a bad roll. I'm gonna be honest, because he doesn't have flash. If he had flash right here, this carry would be dead. The carry would have already died, but he doesn't have it. This guy this guy had Suzu. He ends up dying, but this is more because this guy's just kind of nasty on Kiri, and the Alari's not paying attention. This is just like, I think the outcome wouldn't have changed if he did or didn't roll forward, so don't roll forward. Is what I would say in that situation. That is funny that he dies there. That death is kind of just mechanical failure. If you guys had a death like that in a VOD review, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'm gonna be honest. That's just it is what it is. Welcome in, Gargamel. Good to see you. Okay, so now he's gonna push up main, and his team finally won a fight. Very fortunate. And his Venture died early. So notice the angle he's playing when his Venture is dead early. He's not in the mini room. He's in main. Okay, why is he in main? I don't know. We'll see why, because I don't really know why he's here, to be honest. He hears someone above him. Okay, and then he rotates back this way. So the advantage of doing this is kind of a unique situation. That the enemy team, there's like he knows there's for sure two people on this side of the map. By not playing here, if he plays here, he avoids spam here. He avoids this spam from the enemies. And it also opens up this rotation back. This is Lip. Let me actually let me add a okay, we're gonna do this real quick, guys. Hold on. Where is text? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do Lip Pro analysis. Oh my god, it's so big. Wait, what? My fault. Hold on, wait. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. 1 minute, 1 moment. Okay, Lip Pro. Dang, I should just have this in the overlay. My fault, guys. Okay, we're doing Lip Pro analysis currently. Okay. Yeah, but by playing in main, he avoids the spam on the mini. And I don't even know why he's here. I don't really know what the advantage. Oh, I think that the advantage is whenever you're on this angle, whenever you're playing like this, there's actually cover right here on his left side here. You have this fight available to you. And one thing he does have is he has a range advantage on the enemy team. Do they even have a hit scan? It's Venture, and I don't know who the other DPS is. Oh, it's Venture Tracer. Okay, so this is a unique situation where he's playing into double flex DPS. Or double, like, yeah, I guess you could play flex DPS. And as a result, he's naturally going to outrange everybody, okay? So he can afford to play a position like this because he'll outrange anyone that comes fights him here because it's so open, right? He's going to see them before they even push. The only thing he has to worry about is there is a Tracer, I believe, behind him on coast. So that's kind of the only thing he'd have to worry about. But that's why he's comfortable playing this angle, because he's going to be in a situation like this, right? And at the end of the day, his supports are behind him. He can roll backwards as well. But if he played the mini room, for example, if he was here in the mini room, he would now be in a awkward 1v1 against the Orisa, who can then push him, and he's going to lose every time. So that's a thing. This was the whole reason he ended up here is because his ally Venture died in this back mega room, and then as a result, the enemy team had all that space to push forward. So resultantly, he pushes back this way. I think this is more of like the result of long-term planning and experience, because like it's interesting to see now, because here it's not very obvious that this is the worst position, right? By the mini, it's not obvious to me that that's the worst position, but after the fight starts, which is about here, the fight is starting. he is in the optimal position right now. This is actually a crazy position. Because he has the angle on the venture. He has pretty much the most distance possible to the Orisa. And if he was on the mini angle over here, he would have to get peel from somebody if he got pushed. Like his like Jasmine would have to push in this way, which would be really bad if they had to do that, or his team would have to support him from the side. So this must be like a more of experience type of situation to know that in the mid fight, this is going to be the optimal position over the mini. Because they are playing Venture and Tracer's who's coast right now. There's no backline to shoot other than the BAP. So him trying to get a flank in control of White Room is not really that important because at the end of the day, these guys don't really care. The enemy team doesn't really care that much about White Room because they just don't need White Room that much. So this is the kind of the power position. So this is more unique to the enemy team comp. I think if they were playing like a Sojourn here, or sorry, if they were playing a Sojourn at all, he would not be on that angle on the right side. Like he would not have gone that way. I don't think that would have worked out for him because that's a losing duel in main from a Sojourn poke. So yeah, so it's a thing to add to your playbook, but it's really context dependent because ultimately he does end up rotating back left side like here. But yeah, so he gets the benefit of the window in playing with the supports here. It's interesting that he goes white and he doesn't swing main. I think it's just because everyone's playing behind cover. There's no one really for him to shoot. And the only way for him to actively contribute to the fight that's going on point here is for him to go like super wide. Like he would have to go. He would have to come back to this position if he wanted to contribute to the fight, which is just too risky mid fight against an Orisa and Adventure in particular. Is Jasmine and Lip on Discord? Yeah, they're probably in the VC. There's another VOD where he's duoed with I think Chorong or maybe Shu, I can't remember, but they were in the Discord. So I think they are. And they do calm. Lip does calm in the games. I mean, they do have fun. You can kind of tell. It's not in this VOD for whatever reason, but some of the VODs it feels like I'm watching PGE. Okay. I mean, but I don't speak Korean, so I have no idea what they're saying. But what is he supposed to do here? So he rotates back because he can't really contribute to that fight, and he tries to look for someone on the angle. He should. I don't know if he should have turned around here. I think he should have just kept fighting the venture, to be honest. But because he does turn around, he gets out. So I don't really know. Oh, okay. So this is another like principle of hit scan that I was listening to other coaches talk about, where sometimes like your best play is straight up just live. It doesn't even become a question of like outputting value and having kill pressure. It's just straight up living. Like in this situation, the risk of him taking this fight is that he dies, and honestly, just the chance of him winning a fight here is like maybe 40-60 against the Q. Actually, it's probably way less than that. Against this Venture and this Curie, the chance of him killing somebody is probably like 25%, 30%. So that's why I think he doesn't commit to this, because he's just not going to be able to kill anybody. And it's less so that, yeah, he's just not going to be able to kill anybody. So he rotates out to try to do something else, but more importantly, live, right? Because also what they could have done, the Curie and the Ventures, push him out from the left side, and if he takes a duel, he's dead, for sure. So I think he's trying to rotate out. I don't know why he doesn't go back through the staircase behind him, though. I don't know why he passed this way. I don't think he intentionally... I think maybe he thinks he's out of the Orisa radius. That is kind of crazy he gets hit by that, to be honest. Dang, he gets hit by that? Wait, what? Is he not LOS? I don't think he thought he was going to get hit by that, I'm going to be honest. I think that's why he passed this way. If he knew he was going to hit by this, I don't think he would have came right side. So that's just a mistake that he takes that much damage. If he knew he would eat the Orisa ult there, I think he would have pathed back toward the Mega. Okay. So he's up 2 here and he tries to press the advantage. What's the mistake? He does have... I don't think this is a mistake. I think the risk reward is here for coming left side. Because The only thing is he doesn't have flash. What does he use flash on? Okay, this is bad flash. He's not going to flash the Venture behind the wall. And even if he flashes the Venture, I don't think he kills the Venture. Even if his flash hits Lip, let's be for real. Are you going to 2-tap the Venture with Curie Pocket? No, you're not. Probably not. Probably not. Okay, so I think that was a bad flash because now he doesn't have flash here and he really needed it. But I think coming left side makes sense because they're up 2, the Ram is in, and I don't think he really yeah, he clearly doesn't anticipate the Venture re-swinging. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't think he misplayed. I think that's just the game. I guess you could say, could he have gone main? Should he have gone main? Let's see. So Venture goes this way. So, okay. So if he went main, the disadvantage of going main is that now if the Venture does reswing, the Venture can go on backline and there's no one here. Because like he's technically the brick wall against his supports getting flanked here behind him, right? So I guess that's like one disadvantage of going main. But I think if the Venture does just kite out, main is the better angle. So I don't really know why he doesn't go main. So I don't know. I don't think this is like inherently wrong, but yeah, the Venture play was really good. Yeah, I would never. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's like kind of crazy. I wouldn't have respected the reswing, and that's exactly why that Venture play was good, and I would have died as well. I mean, I'm not. That doesn't really say much because I'm not Lip, but yeah, that is a pretty good play from them. Okay, potato quality. Come on, guys. Give me my 1080p, please. What? I have to have. Oh wait, I thought I had to have whatever this is premium, Naver premium. Okay, this is gonna lag me out. I think if I have, let me bump it down to 720. Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay. Also, I highly recommend if you guys want to do your own pro VODs that you try to find these players' own stream channels and watch comp play rather than OBS Sojourn play. Also, try not to find like Lip review 2060 limbs. Oh my goodness, he's so crazy type VODs on YouTube that you can find if you just search up Lip Nepal. Because the problem with that is that they're almost always blowout wins. And you don't really learn that much from those games. Because it'll be like they're playing Cassidy into like a really good comp for Cass. Admittedly, this is a really good comp for Cass to play into. Like Tracer Venture, Orisa is quite good for Cass. So notice, okay, look. Notice that, okay, hold on. I was yapping through all this. Okay, so he comes right side. Notice he's not taking staircase for the same reason I mentioned earlier. He's going to be first, and he doesn't want to eat a spear and die, okay? So that's why he's coming main. In main, also aiming head level at all times. Always aim head level, guys. I'm telling you, this is so free value. That's like half of why he gets so many headshots. He just aims head level. And then because his tank is pushing in main, he follows tank and doesn't come left side. Yeah, nice plug, bro. Let me get a quick one of these. Let me get a quick, hold on, gentlemen. First ban ever. Oh, it's delightful. It's so delightful. Anyway. Okay. Oh, I still have a stick dude on the screen. How long has that been there? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Okay, so he doesn't go main because he doesn't go white room because his tank's not white room, and he doesn't want to find Orisa, which is why Jasmine tries to take space, but Jasmine doesn't really get any help, so Jasmine is kind of stuck. And then I don't think our flash makes any sense. This is a bad flash. So Orisa rotates, he throws a flash. If you're gonna flash a tank, it's normally when the tank is like pushing to the right side, like pushing or like leaving or pushing somewhere. You want to flash them in the middle of that. So this is a bad flash. I don't even know why I used it. But yeah, he doesn't go white room because he don't want to fight Orisa. Also, notice one thing he's not doing, guys. Is he fighting the Tracer at all? No, he's not fighting the Tracer at all. He's never fighting the Tracer. He's literally just going main every single time in shooting tank. Why can't he Deadeye in white room? Because he's gonna get speared by. It becomes an issue of proximity. Okay, because the issue with the Orisa matchup is that the reason Cass can lose into the Orisa matchup is because Orisa can close the distance. Like right here, for example. So he's just marking the angle for the Kiri, hoping she swings, and then she gets pushed by the Orisa. If he didn't walk, I mean, it's kind of obvious dodge here, but if he didn't walk backwards here, he died. He was 100% dead because he would have eaten the jab spin, been pinned against this wall like this, and then jab straight into the wall, and then like quadruple headshot and explode. And that's because his tank doesn't have enough pressure to force the Orisa off the white room angle, so he has to come in. Him and the tank have to come in. And a big reason why Jasmine can't even do that is because the Tracer's going crazy on the back line. I mean, it's not, I pointed to the top right here, but that's because the Tracer was in the kill feed earlier. But him, look how much value he gets shooting tank. He just straight up, he 100 to 0s the tank. This is why shooting tank is so important on this map in particular. It's like, or in the Orisa matchup in general. If you're playing against Orisa, you should always be farming headshots. Like it's way too high value as Cass. Bam, look at this. Forces gold. She has no Jasmine. She's just dead. She's just dead. She also she tried to make a play by killing Lip. Like admittedly, she made a positional error, but yeah, like this is stuff you can catch in your own games. But look, they win the fight, and the whole time Lip never dealt with Tracer. The whole time Lip just straight up ignored the Tracer because it's not his job. Like another common misconception people have is Cassidy is that I'm playing in the Tracer. I need to kite, or I need to peel my supports. That's not how it works. In Overwatch 2, the supports, actually I think he flashes the scoreboard here. Okay, he swaps to Tracer as you should whenever you're about to lose. Look, his supports are Illari Bap. Okay, if they can't deal with the Tracer, they suck. I'm gonna be real with you. In low elo, I still don't think, in anything below Masters, I still don't think you should be chasing the Tracer here. I still don't think it's good. A Bap and Illari are adequately equipped to be able to deal with a single Tracer. I think there was also a Venture, but just keep in mind, this is like a GM to champ lobby. Like, they should be able to stand their own ground. But yeah. So yeah, this reinforce, is he avoiding people? What's that? I think he's muting people. I actually don't know what he's doing. I can't remember where the buttons are. Okay, so we still play so Cass on Lijiang in general is quite good. So we play Cass on Night Market here, and notice once again off rip, aiming head level, farming Orisa, and then he plays this Lion. So I'm not a big fan of the Lion I mean, okay, you should not default this rotation against Lion. It's just on this line statue. It's a situational thing. Okay, it's gonna depend, right? Are they playing DPS that are gonna outrange you? Are they pushing into the space aggressively? Do they have a dive tank? Right, you need to answer all these questions beforehand. If they're playing like a Monkey or a Diva, should you be here? Probably not. Okay, I would actually prefer you be right side with like on the side of the Mega. Weird, the remove chat is still on the Twitch stream. Yeah, I'm using a plugin that doesn't remove it automatically. I don't know. It's not like a live emulation. It's just a plugin I'm using. So sorry guys, please don't click this link. You're gonna get a virus. So don't do that. So I'll have to get a better plugin in the future. But just for now, it's the way life goes. Oh, I saw these arrows on here. Yeah, but so as you watch this VOD, just kind of, or sorry, why is this not pausing? Okay. So going to this Lion statue, don't default to that position. I don't think it's good. If they're playing like a Monkey or a Diva, I think this is bad and you can get caught out here. It's kind of unique to the enemy comp. Now he marks, why does he mark the Tracer and the Venture now, guys? Why do we think this is the case? So now it's convenient for him to mark the Tracer because this is just the angle he's at. And all the other angles that would be good, like coming in the Mega Room himself, is now contested and not easy to take. So it's easy for him to contest the Tracer and the Venture, right? If he wanted to, like, it's more convenient for him, right? So it is here as well. It's convenient for him to mark these guys. While every other time, like on the last map, he would have had to turn around completely to deal with them. But this is like he's already looking this direction, so it's convenient. Yeah. And also, they need to get them off this angle to win. Because on this map in particular, The left side here controls really good because if the enemy team has control over this angle, if you try to make the rotation as a team to rotate this way, you're gonna get shot in the back and die. And then the coast side rotation is a bait pretty much. The coast side rotation is really bad on this map. You really, really want to push through main, really, like ideally. Yeah, and then he just fights this. Let's look at the micro actually. Aiming head level always okay. This is another thing you'll see from pros. It happens all the time, and which is why I don't get on your guys' head for these. Look at this. What is Lib doing here with his flash cooldown? Prediction flash. You see prediction flashes a lot. Not like all the time, but it's not uncommon to see them throw a prediction flash. It's like once per game against flankers, and it's good. Prediction flashes are good because if you catch them, they're for sure dead. They're for sure dead. Because the problem is, like, when would you throw a flash here otherwise? So it's kind of hard to answer because the only reason this tracer can make this blink is because flash is off cooldown, right? So it's a little bit different because they all change their behavior. But whenever you're playing against these kind of matchups, it's not obvious when the flash should come out. Like here, you would probably throw the flash against the Venture, but this Venture would have never made this dash if flash was off cooldown, right? Like that, because that Venture would have died right there. And then he dies. Could he have lived here? Yeah, he didn't expect the Venture to be there. I think he thought the Venture rotated out. Can you hear the Venture? I think he can hear the Venture, but it's you guys won't really be able to tell on stream, but I'm pretty sure he can slightly hear the Venture there. Okay. So we're going quite slowly through this, but I think this stuff is the most educational. It also helps me as a coach, so I know what to tell you guys. Okay. Here, he doesn't. I don't think he hears the Orisa. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think he really recognized the Orisa was that close, and then he dies. So that's an awareness issue. Marks the tracer again because it's convenient. So why is he not swapping, by the way, guys? Who would be better here? I got Pharah, I guess. He could play some like really niche heroes into this comp, like Pharah or Echo, and it would probably be okay. But Sojourn's not better here. Because what does Sojourn do that Cass doesn't here? Not really anything. Because after, it's kind of the same situation. Because if you roll out from a tracer engage as Sojourn, that's still like a 6-second window you can die to them in the dive. And your gun is worse than the neutral against those heroes. So sorry, I keep replaying this, but there's pretty much, he rolled forward. If he had rolled there, he lives probably. Oh yeah, let's actually see that. I think you're actually right. I didn't even think about that. Was it here? No, it was earlier than this. Yeah, exactly. You're actually right, Babosa. You're actually so right. If he had rolled, he would have lived. It's crazy. Even pros make this mistake. I'm telling you, like 90% of the time. I'm glad you pointed that out, by the way. Thank you. But 90% of the time, these guys roll forward. It's bad. Like, just don't roll. I mean, like here out of spawn, it's probably fine. But like, the closer you get to the enemy team, the worse it gets. Yeah, it gets so much worse. Okay. But yeah, I don't think Sojourn's better here. I don't think Ashe is better here. I don't think any other hit scan is really better here. I mean, maybe Freya is better here. But I don't really know how Freya works into like this kind of backline. Notice he's not going coast. Because what is he going to accomplish on coast? There's no one playing point anyway. Right, so he plays in mid. He's not going to have a flank on anybody. So the best he can do is actually sit in main. It is weird to me that he doesn't go left side. So he tries to play with Jasmine, the tank. But even in doing so, he doesn't actually contribute that much to the state of the fight. Like, I feel like going left with the Illari is just as optimal. I don't know. I don't actually know why he comes main. So, I don't know. I guess he plays with the BAP. But there's just like... He's like kind of like BAP bodyguard. And then... Dang, that's a great shot. Also, notice it's just... All that was aim head level. Lip roll forward so much. Yeah, he's done it twice and died twice. Doing it. He rolls out a spawn, which is normal, but look at this. Lip, what are we doing, bro? Be for real. This play makes no sense. This play is bad. I really don't know why he thinks this is a good idea. What are you doing? How long is this VOD? Sorry, trying to gauge how I should play my routine real quick. I don't know. I didn't really have a plan for this. If you, this is probably gonna be. You might want to go to bed, Montana. I might move this to the back half of the stream moving forward. But this is like, I think they go to Garden, so it's a best of 3. So it's probably gonna be another like it's probably gonna be another 30 minutes. It's probably gonna be an hour of just analysis on this. So another 30 minutes probably. Yeah, this is a bad play on the so I don't really know why he makes that play, to be honest with you. Alright. Alright, see you later, Montana. Thanks for being here. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know why he does that roll forward on the versus Cassidy. Yeah, I don't really know what his idea was. I would make something up, but I've got no idea. Then maybe they're trying to coordinate something. Or maybe he thought it was actually, I think the tank died, so he was just trying to do something there. But I'm not even going to worry about that, to be honest with you. I don't think that's a good play at all. Okay, hold on. So we come out of spawn. His tank is on left side. He comes right side. Okay, insane headshot. Wait, did I just watch this? No, I think it just happened to be the same thing twice. Look at this, dude. He's just aiming head level. All he does is aim head level, turn a corner, and insta headshot BAP. Look, minimal correction to headshot this BAP. And it's just because he's aiming head level as he turns the corner. Like, the Overwatch really is that simple. Guys, I'm being so for real with you. How is he headshotting this Orisa? He's just aiming head level and then correcting laterally, and that's it. It's not that hard. Or it's not that complex, I should say. It's a really simple mechanical movement. But he just kills 2, honestly. That's just mechanics gap and goes whatever works out. Wow, this is insane. Okay, wait, what? So he's low. How does he take damage? How does he live here? What's the mistake? This is crazy. This is the level of punish in champ. This is insane. He makes a tiny error. I think maybe it's just because he jumps that he dies. Oh, that's what the... Look at this. Wow, this is actually insane. He doesn't actually see the enemy team come out because his gun is in the way. That's crazy. So what ends up happening is because he doesn't see them come out, he can't react to that fast enough. And then he gets surprised by the enemies when he jumps, eats a ton of damage he otherwise wouldn't have taken, and then dies to this Jav. That is crazy. I don't even think it's greed. I'm going to be honest. I think this plays fine. He would have rotated out earlier if he could see them. That's insane. But he just straight up can't see them because of the gun model. Wow. That is so unlucky. So, because it's like, yeah, he wouldn't have been surprised by them. He wouldn't have taken that damage. He also jumped, like, what really sells it here is if he saw them cross, he definitely wouldn't have jumped. He 100% wouldn't have jumped. But he doesn't see them, so he does jump. Because if he sees them, it's important that he doesn't jump, so his movement's not predictable. Sorry. That's really unlucky. Why not go left? Oh, let's see. Because he wants to... So the problem with going left is that if he goes left and plays with the BAP and the Kiriko... Like, I assume that's what you're talking about, like playing on that side of the map. If he gets pushed out by the Orisa, he's going to force his Ram to also make the rotation to that right side. Because the tank will have to match. I guess the Ram could come main and just shoot people in the back or whatever. But he's going to be stuck on that left side of the map without speed against the Orisa. Which I don't think is optimal. Playing here, he can rotate the point if he needs to, and it's longer range. I think there could be merit to playing left there. Now I think about it. I don't really know like the 100%, but that's my guess. Okay, and that death actually cost them the game, by the way. That's a crazy death. Oh well, it's the way it goes. Okay, last point here. We take the TP, and then we come right side. Also, just for the record, if you guys ever do a pro analysis, how you learn from stuff like this is you should be thinking, don't really think too much about like, is he using flashbang here or whatever. Think more about why is he here to begin with, and then work downwards. It's like the typical tree I talk about all the time, like the decision tree. So it's like, why does he come right side and not do my rollout across the bridge? Well, if he comes right side here, he's guaranteed not to run into a ball in a 1v1, right? So he wants to play with his tank, and that's not unlikely to happen. And he also has a Pharah as well. So him doing my roll tech across the bridge doesn't really matter because his Pharah is the guy taking the angle, right? I mean, you can see it here. His Pharah is the one that's doing the angle. It is weird to me that he marks the tracer and not fight. Why does he not fight Hut? I don't really know why he does this. How do they win anyway on the right side? Oh, they get a kill. I didn't realize this. They get a pick. Okay, so this is kind of, I don't know if he's actually thinking this, to be honest with you, but this makes sense to me. They kill the BAP, so he instantly so they're playing BAP Kiri. They've been playing BAP Kiri the entire game. Okay, so I think he just assumes they're gonna be playing BAP Kiri again. And because his BAP is dead, he knows that the Orisa's not gonna have that much healing. So he can just leave the fight and they're gonna win normally with just Ram there. Because Ram can just form and punch, and I mean the guy's a champ tank, so the chance of him dying is very low. Especially when the BAP is just pocketing the Ram versus the Orisa not having a pocket. So I think that's why he comes to this fight as well. Also coming to this fight is risk adverse, okay? Is he going to get one clip by the Tracer? Probably not, right? So coming here and looking for this kill is risk adverse versus if he went to the right side and played Hut, there's a chance that he gets collapsed on and dies. So that makes sense for rationale for me of why he would go for that fight. And now he just happens to have the late fight angle on the tank. But this wasn't really planned for. So I don't really know if that's what his thought process was. If I were coaching you guys, I think chasing this tracer kill is throw. I'm gonna be honest, because the problem with chasing this tracer kill, I think at this point you can kind of argue it for it, but after the recall goes through, I think it's pretty. You can't really argue for it anymore. I think he needs to go back to the fight and contribute to that main fight. I don't really understand why he'd be going for the tracer here. Is the VOD 480p? I don't know, bro. The stream should be 1080p, but this VOD, like the actual lip VOD, keeps changing in quality on me. I don't know why. It's like 720p now, and it's gonna look even worse because I'm like restreaming it. So, but yeah. But basically, I think this was actually a misplay to come mark the tracer. I don't really see why, other than what I mentioned earlier of being like risk adverse. I think he should have fought in the right side and contribute to that fight. Because I don't really see, like, there's not a lot of tangible benefit, in my opinion, for marking an already marked tracer. Okay, he comes bridge. Notice he's not playing left side, he's playing bridge side. Now he comes right side. No, he doesn't even commit to it. One thing I'll say is, like, as Cassidy, you pretty much never want to be on this, like, bridge area here. That, like, leads to the other side of the point. This is, like, almost certain death. So definitely, like, don't... There's a reason why he doesn't complete that rotation. It's really bad because when you get to like this point here on the bridge, like this, and it's really easy for you to die because your rotation back to point is really long and it's kind of awkward as well, and you're too far to commit back this way as well. So you're like 100% predictable to rotate back to point, and you're like guaranteed dead. So that's why he doesn't make that rotation. He'd actually rather wrap back to point, which I agree with. Why did the ball do that? What did the ball do? Isn't it here? Oh. I don't know. I don't really know what the plan was. I think he was maybe looking for the Farah. I don't know. Balls have a mind of their own, man. Wait, what? I balls have a head of their own, I guess makes more sense. Damn, I missed that joke. Anyway. All right. So we come to mark the tracer. Why do we mark the tracer? Because there's nothing else really better to do. He could, like, if we look at the comp, he just flashes the scoreboard here. If he goes main and bridge, who is he really shooting? He's shooting like a Cass at 30 meters. So it's like pretty much useless. So he'd rather just come fight the tracer. And then it ends up working out anyway because his tank's over here. So there's going to be a fight over here. He can contribute by shooting from the right side. He's not going to, I don't think he's going to complete the rotation. He's just going to come here and shoot and then rotate back main. I'm pretty sure is what his plan is. Yeah. So he completes the rotation through the death zone, as I just mentioned, because he was already in movement this way as the ball comes to push him. So if he actually rotates back this way, there's a chance he gets caught. But here, there's pretty much no chance he gets caught because he's already moving this way. This is just circumstance. This isn't optimal in my opinion. I think optimal is probably here. He shouldn't have probably be holding right key. I think there he should have been holding left key and then move back to point. Actually, I don't know. Because the thing that's nice about this is that by making this rotation, he ends up being with his BAP who is playing bridge. Actually, I'll stay a little longer. I'm really desperate for some doesn't screw my head today. Okay. Okay, look, I can look to wrap this up in a second. Is this much longer? Let's see. Yeah, I'll just go faster through the rest of this, then we can go to the VOD because we have been pretty deliberate through this. It's been like an hour on this one VOD. Okay, so I don't really know. I was kind of obsessing over the detail there. Headshot on the tracer. Don't worry, you good. Okay, he's gonna come left side. I think it's my choice to stay up longer. My save would be 10 10 in here. All right, well, sounds good, man. Okay, so he's not going left side because he doesn't want to get marked by flankers in the tank. Okay, so he's going to come right side instead. And then notice he rolled. This is a good roll forward, guys. Rare, good roll forward. Here, bam, roll forward to the angle. He knows Sojourn has rail, so he rolls forward to the angle. This is a situation. There was actually last VOD review on Friday. There was a VOD where it was on Eichenwald. I can't remember. It was like, I forgot who it was. But there's an Eichenwald VOD where the guy rolled left side or he just walked to the angle and got railed to the Sojourn. This is a roll that 100% reduces that. Actually, like reduces the chance of that happening. So this is a rare like direct application to that situation that happened on Eichenwald. Where sometimes when you need to take space aggressively, you need to roll to the angle, especially when you're playing against Sojourn who has railgun. What do you think about rolling when like a Farah is shooting in the middle of your rotation? Yeah, if you're making a rotation, rolling to commit to the rotation is fine. And like actually a good use of the ability. That's what you should be using it for. So it's good because he damage mitigates or more because he gets the angle. It nothing to do with damage mitigation. The only time you use it for damage mitigation is like a Rissa ult, like all the ultis that you can time, Freya bolt. What else? You can roll like Farah missile spam, but it doesn't really matter. It's stuff like that is largely inconsequential. It's stuff like at the end of the day, health is a resource, and you like a lot of time you'll trade health to get to a good angle. So like rolling to the angle is fine, but you don't want to die when you do that, which is why rolling to the angle is good. He gets bailed out here, but the whole point... This is a Deadeye that he uses damage... Like, he needs damage resistance for. Because that damage resistance probably actually saved his life. It probably actually saved... Because he gets, like, 40% at the beginning. So, let's see. Yeah, this ulti definitely just saved Lip's life. He didn't flash the ball rolling him. Oh, yeah, I think he didn't. You're right. But this... Because he Deadeyes here, he gets damage resistance on the entire ball rollout. Or on the entire bolt. This ball is only hitting headshots on him, by the way. but he gets damage resistance on the whole thing, and it buys him enough time to get both Suzu and Lamp. Yeah, it is insane. This is not going to happen in your rank games. You're going to die. It's just he's in champ, so this Deadeye is good. But I'm going to be honest here. I if you guys used the Deadeye here, I would have been fine with it. I'm going to be honest. I think the risk reward is there because if you do live, it makes a big difference. But could he have flashed it? Let's see. Yeah, he missed the flash. That's really important. He can't miss that flash. Imagine a cast perk that made it such that you cannot be headshot Deadeye. Oh. That's a really interesting perk idea. Actually. That's a really interesting perk idea. That's good food for thought. What do you mean it won't happen in my plat games? yeah, your plat, yeah, my fault. You got champ bat players in your lobby. These are the bat players I expect in my rank. Yeah, but I think that Deadeye is good. But that Deadeye shouldn't have even came out anyway because he should have hit the flash. And I think his position was fine. Notice he played Hut like pretty much the whole fight. Okay, look. I don't agree with this roll forward. Actually, this roll forward is probably fine. Actually, I don't know. I don't think it's good. I don't think this roll is good. I think he could have actually caught the tracer even by walking, to be honest. Yeah, it's not good. He forces he forces Lamp and Suzu again. He definitely needed roll here. So I don't think I think rolling for that tracer is results based. I don't think it's good. Roll for the reload, and he's just, I mean, Lip just kind of has god tier aim, so he just kills everybody, but you know, it is what it is. And I think the game is over. They're probably gonna get a touch their tracer balls, so they're probably gonna get one. But look where he's staging, right? He's initially staging bridge, and then he rotates to left side. He doesn't open on left side because he doesn't want to get dove, right? Because if he's on left side right now and he gets slammed by ball, he's cooked. Okay, so that's why he doesn't play left. That's why he's on bridge. Early, this is a bad flash. He should not be flashing here. So this is also a bad roll. I don't know why he does this. Lip needs to stop doing this. Critical hit can compensate, it sure can. This roll forward is bad and the flash is bad. On the ball matchup, you only want to flash ball when he's on fire or he's using his grapple. Either situation, or he's in pile driver animation, either one. Just straight up flashing a ball is typically not that good unless your team can follow up and you can actually kill him. Right? In this situation, like, it's pretty obvious that a flash is not going to lead to a kill on ball. Not only does he not have roll for his fan the hammer roll fan the hammer combo, but the ball has cover right next to him and he had overshield. So there's no chance he kills the ball here. Notice he just fans the... Notice in the ball form at this range, he just fan the hammers. I think fanning the... Ball is one of the few tanks that fanning the hammer makes a lot of sense. But notice on the Orisa matchup, I don't know if you guys remember, but he basically never fanned the hammer. Basically. I think he fan the hammered her when she was in gold, but otherwise basically never fan the hammered her. I think Lip drew this fight, I'm going to be honest. I think Lip, like... Because here's the problem. So, because Lip uses 2 cooldowns here, bam. Now his Bap is pocketing him. I don't know, where's his tank at? Like, he has Bap pocket this whole time. Rolls forward again, not defensively. So Bap has been pocketing this whole time. This Pharah dies, which probably is nothing that Bap can control. Forces Kiri pocket. Like, I just don't think it's good. I think he made that one error at the beginning kind of caused this whole chain reaction for his team to lose, I'll be honest. He shouldn't have used his cooldowns there. He should have played that more defensively and just poked out the ball. And not commit so deep to that fight. Because if that ball was a tracer, it'd probably make more sense to commit to that because there's actually a real chance he kills him. But there's no chance he kills that ball. Let's be real. There's no chance he kills the ball. Yeah, so what happens here? He goes bridge, which I think is correct. That's such a weird, like, movement interaction. That would have been a good flash, by the way, because he could have flashed and then dead-eyed and probably killed the ball. Or like fan roll, fan cancel. What do I think about this dead-eye? I don't know how to feel about this dead-eye. He's in the window, but there's pretty much no chance they push the window because his team is like in their backline right now. Could he use dead-eye to kill ball? Yeah, earlier if you hit the flash. But he didn't hit the flash, so the ball would have just rolled out. And he'd be doing more damage just by shooting him at that point. I don't know about this dead-eye, guys. I'm not going to make a comment on this. Because I could obsess over the detail, but I don't know. I don't really think it's worth it. This tracer's getting infinite value. Oh, this sucks so bad. Infinite value tracer right now. He needed to commit to something, I think. Here, oh man, but that's tough. He can't even commit to the bat play. Bap call. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know about the ball thing. I don't want to look back on it. I kind of want to get this over with. Dude, I don't really know what he's supposed to do here. So the lamp comes out. It's good that he peeks this to begin with, but the lamp comes out. Dude, maybe he should just deep swing again. Maybe he should just ego this. Because he's getting shot by the ram right now. I think does the lamp die? No, the lamp doesn't even die. Wow, this sucks really bad. And now the ball's back. Maybe he shouldn't peek the BAP because if he dies, it's actually over for sure. So I think actually this is probably correct. I think if he commits to the BAP, he's screwed. So I think that was correct. But man, does it suck. And then they win. They win because they have annihilation. What was his? He wins. Oh my god! Look at this, by the way. Look at this. That's insane. But keep it with a grain of salt, right? This is high because it was against Wrecking Ball, okay? And this is high because he was playing against Orisa. So that's why it looks like this. But against the Orisa, he was probably like 50, like 35 or something crazy. He probably had some insane stats. Like Lip has really good aim. And notice how like a big component of Lip's aim is straight up just crosshair placement. It's nothing even that crazy. It's straight up just crosshair placement. Okay, but that is the Lip Pro analysis. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions about that, just let me know. And we can talk about it. But okay. Okay, we're going to start the next. We're going to hop into VOD reviews. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to open up Overwatch, boot up the game real quick. And then we're going to do Montana's VOD. Okay, hopefully this doesn't crash my computer. Alright, we're good. Oh, it's like missized now. Wait, why? Wait, what? That's so weird. Overwatch? Where's Overwatch full? Here. And then let me move this. Wait, what? Sorry guys, hold on. The code in the name is wrong. It's in the thread. Okay. I will be sure to fix that. So somehow like my game oh wait, I'm an idiot. Wait, has the stream been like off the whole time? Has there been a black bar on the right side or am I an idiot? Oh my, I don't want to think about it. I'm going to move on. I think I've been an idiot the whole time. Yeah, there has been a black bar on the right side. I'm so stupid, guys. I had my OBS like scrolled to the left side. I'm so stupid. What if Cass had a perk that gave him 30% more ammo while roll is on cooldown? So he'd have 2 more bullets? That sounds useless. So we had 8 bullets after rolling. It'd be kind of really good. I'm gonna be honest. Temporary bullets? I don't even know what that would look like. But okay. The headshot, not getting headshot while dead eye is actually a really interesting perk. And I think would be really, honestly, stupid good. Like, stupid good. And make dead eye actually a threat. Okay, but let me pull up Montana's VOD. What map is it on? Which one do you want? Colosseo or what? Oh yeah, Colosseo. Okay, I see. Fanhammer 400. Does Family Hammer do 400 damage?
Ready for battle.
I don't even know. Okay, we're gonna hop into this VOD. Oh, wow, I haven't looked at this. Okay, so this is a first VOD of the day. Yeah, no problem at all. First VOD of the day, guys. This is from Montana. Montana, do you have any particular questions? This was a scrim, and scrim elo was 3.9k, and you hate Colosseo. Okay, I understand. Colosseo is a very awkward cast map because it's really easy to get punished on some of the angles here. So if things go wrong, I don't really blame you that much. Well, you can do better, but Sojourn ends up being a better pick quite a bit of the time. So the hero pool to have here is ideally like Cast, Tracer, Sojourn. Yeah, Colosseo positioning, especially on the long middle choke, is really important. Yeah, 100%. Okay, my game audio is kind of loud. Let me turn it down. Yeah, let's turn this down a little bit. Okay. Coming main. Okay, I would not be opening main here. So I would definitely not be opening main here as Cassidy. I'm pretty sure, and if you watch pro play at all and they play Cassidy, I'm almost certain they never, ever, ever open up main. They also don't, but here's the thing as well. They also don't play Cassidy for it. Oh, you can't see my epic pen. Hold on. Let me fix epic pen real quick. I think it's this is the problem. Now maybe you see it. I don't know why it does this, man. It's so annoying, actually. Nope. Hold on. Display one. There we go. Okay, problem solved. So here's the thing. In real pro games, they don't play Cast Freya ever. This is not a comp you see. They don't. Do they even play hit scan? Double hit scan? I'm trying to think of like what double hit scan they'd even play. They'd play like Sojourn something. I don't even know. But either way, they don't. They would never play this comp. But either way, you shouldn't be here. You should be for sure coming right side, because the value of Cast in this mid fight is a big component of it is going to be denying the right angle. Like, look, you see what Tommy B is doing? This guy's what you should be doing right now. This is what you should be doing. Because the main problem with this is it just comes down to Cast fundamentals, which is you're going to be outranged. Okay, look. I know I say in coordinated play you should be playing main, but what I mean by playing in main is that you shouldn't be taking this flank. Okay, this is... So I should clarify. So that's my fault. It means you shouldn't be flanking like this, okay? It does mean you control off angles on main. Like, you should be playing here, right? Main in adjacent, right? So you should be playing here and denying the rotation on the right side, right? And then you can swing out left like this, but you're not opening this way. So this is also... So I predict you're going to lose this first fight just because your position is bad off rip. And look, notice a big reason why the enemy team, like if we zoom out, and we look at like the straight up macro like this. So why is it that the enemy team can walk forward here? Like, oh shoot, I forgot to change my settings as well. Let's put me on 7 here. Colosseo is very tough after second checkpoint. Yes, I agree. I think Cassius gets really awkward after second checkpoint. I think first he is like a solid playbook. But look, so a big part why these guys can push forward is because all of you got every single one of you guys are in main, and there's actually no resistance. Also, do they have a Lucio? Yeah, they also have a Lucio, and you guys have double flex support. Okay, which is not good. So they get there faster, so you guys instantly have the space disadvantage, and no one's contesting right side. So as a result, this cast is able to make this really big flank play, and your Sigma just gets caught by Manuel and dies, which is not really your fault, but yeah. Yeah, you're just not taking space. Well, they're also late, so admittedly it is going to be tough, but it's more important that because he's late, it's less about taking space and it's more about denying space. So he needs to deny that this cast even takes this angle. Could he have controlled his Sigma dying to wall? No. At the end of the day, that's a Sigma mistake, not a cast mistake. If he wanted to have control over the outcome of this fight, he needed to deny the cast rotation and force the 1v1, or at least force some kind of duel here. But it's just that the main angle is just no value in this situation. When I do like enemy cast tank walk on me, yeah, that's the hard part. I die here all the time, guys. I'm be real. This is like, if we think about highest deaths per capita on this map, or in general, this is probably like where I die the most. Not because I'm making the wrong play, but the timing on the rotation out on this angle is really hard. It's really hard to time it because the problem is if you time it too early, you give up a ton of space, especially against a tank. But if you time it too late, you die. So this angle is really hard to play and is a lot of like risk reward. So even when the tank plus hit scan is there, you recommend contesting this angle? Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think if you're a Sojourn, you could be playing main just because it's in your effective range. I don't mean like okay, like let's go back to the opening sequence here. Not like going opposite side or something. Like playing in the mini room. I think you mean playing in the mini room here. But here's the thing, like let's look at it. So we roll out here, we could be here right now, we could be here right now, we could be here right now. You could identify what comp they're playing from here, play the single, shoot the guy. Oh, the cast is here. Okay, back up. Shoot the cast, shoot the cast. Like this cast would not be able to take this space for free. Like this is really the part of the game you can control. And then you would rotate back, right? You would just play more conservatively from that point. Because ideally, honestly, if we're being 100% honest with ourselves, here's what you would do. You would, whoops, I opened my Spotify. That's not what I want. I want my Epic Pen. Bruh. In this situation, you would see that they're playing this rush brawl comp, and you would notice that you guys are playing some hodgepodge poke comp. You would switch to Sojourn or Ashe. You wouldn't. Cass is not ideal for this team comp. Because the problem with Cass is you're just like, everyone on this comp is slow, and which can be okay, but every single one besides you has range. You don't really have that much range. So playing Ashe or Sojourn are going to be preferred. Even like a Torbjorn, honestly, would be tough here. Like tough in a TUFF manner, not in a difficult manner. But yeah, so this is like, you just don't have any value on this first fight. At the end of the day, let's be real, your Sigma tosses. Okay, so it's not ultimately your fault. Also, your support's toss because no one's playing Lucio. But we could have had some value on that fight by contesting the right angle. And that's more of a Cassidy fundamental than it is anything. It's like you just need to play an angle that's to your effective range. And main is just not to your effective range. There was a different VOD I watched on Colosseo where I had the same critique. And I would analyze the micro, but like how you actually played in main, but honestly didn't actually end up mattering. So I'm not worried about it that much. Here, I think you need a cross. So right when your Sigma crosses, I think you need a cross. Right? Now, I needed you to W key. Because the problem is, if your Sigma crosses, I don't know how you're going to cross if you don't do it now. This is your window. You had this issue, Montana, you had this issue on Hollywood as well. Remember the Hollywood VOD? Where you didn't rotate with your tank? This is a similar situation. I need you to push. Because I think you're going to end up getting stuck here. Because now the Ram is reloaded and it probably has a cooldown or two. Let's see. Does he have a cooldown? Yeah, he has shield. So how do you cross now? It's impossible. You just missed your window. Now you can rotate again. Now that this Ram is out of the position, now you can rotate, but you just missed like a whole 2-second window of having a way better angle. Yeah, like your Sigma really needed all of you guys to rotate. I'm gonna be honest, because your end goal position here, you want to be here. This is where you want to be. Oh, so why rotate there? What's the default to play here? Well, the problem is if you don't rotate, what do you do? Like, what is the play? Because the thing, and this is why Cass, yeah, it's like there's no. You want to end up on this mini position because if you're stuck here, you don't have any options in this position, right? Like if they start pushing forward, it's just way more awkward for you. You're going to be late to the fight. You can't shoot backline. There's no playmaking available, right? Sure, can you pressure tank? Sure, right? But you can also pressure tank from this angle and be fine. Because your goal is that your team ends up on this position here, and it's way easier to deal with the enemies. Also, if you actually were like analyzing the team comps, you would notice the only verticality they have is Maywall and Lucio, and that's it. I mean, they can Moira fade up to the high ground, but that's only going to happen if they have Coalescence, which is a different story in and of itself. So we needed to hit the rotation here because there's no playmaking to be made. Like if you wanted to play in an angle like this, you would play Ashe. Like you need to be a different hero because like you need to be leveraging your hero strengths, and that's going to be in this rotation. Because also, you don't really know if you're ever going to get another window as well. Like, for all you know, this Ram could just int on you, and you're just dead. Well, this sleep comes through, but whatever. Big anti. How do we roll here? Here, just don't walk forward. When they're sleeping, don't walk forward. Because this will get you killed as well. So you walk forward toward the sleeping ram. He could just pop form and then catch some support from his team, some cooldowns from his team, and then you're dead, okay? Which is what he ends up doing. He pops form. I think he gets slept into form, so it's not exactly the same. But just a habit to watch on sleeping enemies, particularly tanks, just don't walk forward. Because that fan the hammer, I guarantee you would have hit every single bullet even without walking forward. And now you're further away, and you guarantee you won't die. Nice 180 on this cast. I think the slip... I think the target prio still needs to be on this ram, though. This ram is 1. But he's getting healing. Yeah, never mind. I think you actually play this correctly. There's no way you kill that ram because he's so close to cover. But the big issue here at the end of the day is that you just shouldn't be here. Like here's what would have happened. Okay, if you made the cross like I said you would, which was pretty much now, you would have fought this Mei. This Mei either would have died or been forced off the high ground. Okay, and then you would be here, and look what you could be doing right now. Look what you could be doing right now. Like pretty much, you could be deadlifting right now if you were in this position. And this ram probably wouldn't have taken this much damage, but you would have killed someone else. Should I only use flashbang when I have ammo? No. I mean, it's very contextual. Ideally, you use flashbang when you have ammo, for sure. Because then you can follow up the flashbang. But I mean, if the flashbang will save your life, then use it, right? So it's just gonna depend. Like sometimes I'll use flashbang to kite a Junker Queen, right? Like I'll shoot the Junker Queen a bunch and then be in my reload animation and she shouts. If Junker Queen shouts to run at you, you have to flash her or you're going to die. Okay, so that's a situation where you have to flash even without ammo. So it just depends. There's not a concrete answer on that. Okay. Should we be fighting this mortar? Wait, hold on. I lost all the context. So we shot Cassidy, then we make the rotation. Your Sigma dies. Your Sigma dies because he becomes desynced and he doesn't realize you all are unswinging, which is not your fault. That's your Sigma's fault. Or like a comms issue. But, I think here, this is fine. Actually, I probably wouldn't even be 1v1ing. Man, I think 1v1ing is probably fine because you need a down car. You could have, I'm not saying this is a better play, but here's an option. You could have rolled backwards and just walked out and then just lived in backline. But they're playing Lucio, so I don't know if it's even good. In the solo queue environment, maybe it's good, but I think in a situation like this, probably not. Could we have prevented our Sig from dying here? Let's see. Because this is really the crux of the issue. Yeah. This is all just a chain reaction of you not making the rotation. I'm gonna be honest. Every issue here is just an issue of that. Because that's just what we need to do to like do anything that fight. Really, there's just not a lot we can do otherwise. Okay. I like the target prio on the Moira. I think that's fine. Fan, yeah. Fan again. Perfect. Nice job. Oh my goodness, demon. Actual demon. This was all fine. Why was this fine? Why was this fine and not last fight, guys? Let's look at it again. Okay. So he comes through main to help his tank. He knows the ram is low. He's low enough where he can see the health bar. So he knows he's low. So he has space and he's with his tank right now. Right? So this is fine. He rolls out of the angle because he's afraid he's going to get pushed. That was probably a little bit preemptive, but it's honestly fine. Hits the flash. Big sleep from our Ana. That's insane. This guy's low. Punishes it. Right? At no point was rotating any better. Right? Because the ram was low the whole time, and in our player and Montana was a viable kill threat the entire time. Like there's a play that can be made here because the ram is low. If the ram was 100% HP, I think there's a good argument for rotating because then you can shoot him and his support in the back, right? I think there's a good chance of that being valuable, right? But keep in mind if the enemy team was playing Monkey Genji, I would not have the same conclusion. Okay, so it's comp dependent. The enemy team does not have a good way to punish you if you take an angle like that. That Moira realistically shouldn't die, but you're the GOAT, so we take those. You didn't make an error there, you're just better. That was a mechanical that was an overperformance. Nice job. I thought you played that fight excellent. Okay, now we're in main. We're gonna hit the rotation. So once again, I implore you, do not stay in main. Okay, so interesting that you mentioned, right? I don't know if it was you, Montana, or if it was someone else, but someone asked, when should you double up with your other DPS? This is actually a situation where I recommend you do that. So your Freya is taking the angle. In my opinion, the Freya shouldn't be taking the angle because she has longer range inherently because she's projectile and she has her bullets. She should be playing like here, honestly, with and spamming down main, in my opinion. And you as Cassidy should be taking the angle. But the Freya decides to come right side, and because this lane here is kind of like your best side of the map, you would double up with her. So I actually would be comfortable with you doubling up with the Freya here. Because, I mean, this, you can kind of just tell, this feels terrible. Like, you're going to do 10 damage shooting everybody here. Like, do we really want to do 10 damage, or do we want to do 70 damage, guys? Come on. Let's be for real. Okay. Yeah, you end up coming here anyway, right? Like, yeah, like this angle is just better for you. Your Freya is misplaying, positionally misplaying. She should not be on the angle, in my opinion. Keep in mind, I haven't studied that much Freya. I don't actually know what's better for Freya and what isn't. I'm gonna be real. But also, like, fundamentally, your team shouldn't be playing, probably shouldn't be playing Freya here. You should probably be playing Genji, or, like, I don't know, like any other flex DPS. Anyway. You get contested by the Ram, and because of the threat, you rotate out early. Now we're not playing any cover. Yeah, I was about to say. Roll to the angle. This is a pretty important angle to be at right now, so I don't mind this. These were tried, so I think that's why they played Freya. Okay, so they're just playing whatever. Okay, whatever. I actually, this is a rare situation where rolling to the angle is fine, in my opinion. Once again, he's rolling to an angle, not rolling at somebody. He's rolling to an angle because he needs to be there now. Why does he need to be there now? Because his Sigma is actively taking space and is in the middle of the fight. And he needs to be here immediately, because he needs to be here right now, because he needs to deny the rotation from these guys. Because if these guys come forward right now, they're going to be close to cover easily. So he just barely gets here in time to catch them before they push forward. So this is a good roll. Rare good roll. Yeah, he denied this entire rotation from the Cassidy, which is a really good play from Montana. Like, this is believe it or not, this is actually a deadlift play. I'm gonna be real, because denying this entire rotation means that now you have this rotation to get a flank, which is playmaking. So this is a great job. I probably won't be here for my VOD, so have a good day. Thanks for tuning in, Gargamel. Appreciate you, man. Have a great day as well. I'm impartial to the Deadeye, to be honest with you. I think it's probably fine. I mean, the big play here was that you denied their rotation, and as a result, you guys, it significantly increased the chance of you guys winning that fight. Like, I'm not even playing around how important that space was. Okay, that's just a slow down mechanical type moment. Oh wait, Barbosa is not Gargamel, by the way. See you later, Barbosa. I got him mixed up. Okay. Yeah, my fault, guys. Anyway, okay, this is a good heads up. This is how I know you watch my VODs. Okay, you not pushing forward. You pushing forward here would be so throw. I'm telling you, it's so bad. Standing back here is your best play for sure. Like, without a doubt. For, like, precisely what's going on right now. Like, you would be actually so fried if you push forward. So this is great. It's a great job. Yeah, it's just so much better. And this is also the problem with this, though. This is so much better because you don't die, but it's also harder for you to contribute to the fight, right? I mean, it's awkward. You have the high ground here, these guys here. Also, a bunch of ults come out as well as beat, so it's also like chances are you're not going to win this. But your macro is correct here for sure. So yeah, I like this. And then you just rotate out. You're just late on the rotation out and you die, so that's the only problem with that. But otherwise, fine. I think the positioning was near perfect. I'm sure there's like you could have played her on cover better, but I'm not really worried about that. Notice you're aiming too low. Even against a tracer, this is too low. So you need to aim slightly higher. That could have been a headshot on Ram. So I'm taking some water as well. The Deadeye is okay. It needs to come out earlier though. So one thing oh, you just don't have it. Ah, that sucks. Man, if you had another half, you know what's crazy? I think the stream is lagging. Sorry, my worm is lagging out or whatever. But what's crazy is if you actually hit a headshot on this Ram, you would have had Deadeye. Because he was aiming at lane, which yeah, but even if he was aiming at main, he should correct. Like, in my opinion, it's not really. I can understand why, but it needs to be. You need to correct to the verticality. But this Deadeye would have been good if it came out slightly earlier, because the idea is to save the Sigma. But it doesn't come out fast enough. The idea is good, but it's just not fast enough because you don't have ult. That's just kind of what it comes down to. Yeah, he has to adjust. Yeah. Is this, should you be swinging Cassidy right now? No, this is correct. I mean, you could go right side. Let's see here. Probably your best play is probably completely unswing. And then how do you end up actually on the left? Oh, you swing right here. You should roll right side for sure. I would be rolling right side to contribute to the fight. Because the thing is, your Freya is currently like 1v3. We need to help. If we want to win the fight, we need to help her right now. Like, it's important. And we're not, if we roll now, we're rolling to the angle. We're not rolling at somebody. So this is an approved roll forward by tail. Okay. So you need to make this play. Because here's the problem. We sit in main. Who would win? Who would win? An Ana through a window? An Ana and a BAP through a window against one Cassidy? Or one Cassidy, sorry. I would bet on our supports. Okay, so I'm going to leave them, and I'm going to come help my team on the right side. So I would be rolling to the angle right now, and as a result, I would be here. Bam, 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 bam. Maybe the May 1v1s me, but there's a chance I save my Freya, and additional playmaking happens. Right? Because you'd also end up being with your BAP. I kind of was just thinking everyone is 1 point, and I have LOS of them, so I Deadeye. Yeah, the Deadeye was fine in my opinion. I'm actually not that worried about the Deadeye. It's just that you don't identify that your Freya was alone and don't rotate. Why is going right there the better playmaking? Because you can't kill the Cass. How do you kill the Cass here? Wait, what the heck? What just happened? Okay, wait. Okay, look. Here's the problem. If you, right now, saw that this Cass was alone, you just indecisive. You don't go for this play to kill this Cass until like 10 seconds later. So if you wanted to play in main and you wanted to 1v1 the Cass, you needed to do it now. Like, that's your problem. Like, the fight is still in limbo right now. Like, something can happen. Because let's say your Freya dies and you kite out. Are you really going to live? Are you really going to live against this team? Probably not. I don't know how, like, if you rotate out, are you going to live against the rotation like here? I don't think so. Like, you need to commit to the play. So you either needed to, here's what you need to do. You needed to either commit to this Cass kill immediately while your supports are still in main and can help you, or you needed to just pick one. I think helping the Freya is probably better, in my opinion. Because I think your supports win the 1v1 against Cass, and I think it's, I think it's fine if he swings, to be honest. That Cass dies because he's dumb. Yeah, and you die anyway, right? Like, your play doesn't change the outcome of like, what you just did was not optimal because nothing changed, right? I mean, that's results oriented, but either way, like, the best that could have happened there is we rotate out. But I think we still die on the rotation, just like how your Ana did. Like, let's see actually your Ana's perspective. What does your Ana do? So your Ana stays in main as well. She actually kites out earlier than you would have, by the way. And then she still gets caught and dies. Save me high noon. I think the high noon is fine. I'm not really worried about the Deadeye. It's more of like we needed to either kill the cast immediately or we needed to help right side immediately and not just stand in the main nonsense. Because I just don't like, what do we, there's a fight going on still and we're just not changing the outcome. Right. And this is a common problem you have, by the way, Montana. Like sometimes in the mid fight, you just don't identify when things rotate. Like you need to actively be looking through the wall and seeing where your team is. Because there was the moment in Eichenwald where I was talking about where you just like, I recommended you go top and then you like kind of walked out the second level and just like couldn't figure out what to do. And if you don't know what to do, you absolutely need to be looking through the wall and look to make a rotation. Like 100% of the time you need to be doing that. I think we get the free kill on Cass. Yeah, I'm not too... Yeah, I think either one is... He just needed to pick one. Like, I wouldn't have been mad if he killed the Cass, or I wouldn't be mad if he helped fight the Freya, honestly. Because for the reasons I explained earlier. Like, I thought they were both fine. He was. Yeah, but he could have rolled to the angle. Yeah, he got indecisive, yeah. Man, I keep forgetting YouTube chat is, like, behind. Oh, wait, what actually happens here? Okay, notice this. Montana, look at this. You mark the angle. What does the cast do? He unswings. He doesn't take space. Because solely 100% because you're just contesting him. Not even because you're killing him. You're just straight up contesting him so he can't wrap. Right? Now he ends up pushing in the main. But he does so. He finds a way to cross. He finds a window where you're not contesting him and he crosses in the main and he's able to contribute to that fight. Right? And he actually kills the Freya because you're not contesting him on the angle again. Right? Same problem. Here, like, it's a little bit different because you get headshot or whatever. Like, you're low. He's pocketed and you're not. Like, your supports are kind of failing you right now. So I don't really blame you for this. But just, I want you to notice that the reason he had to unswing and why his rotation was late because you were contesting him on the angle. Ah, man, should you have, what actually happens here? What goes wrong? Man, your tank is not good. What is going on here? Yeah, your tank throws. He just takes way too much poke. He should not be this low. This makes no sense. Because he's so low, this ramp just forms and pushes him and he's dead. Like, yeah, so this isn't even your fault. So I wouldn't worry about it. You make the correct play. Yeah, you make the correct play here. This is not your fault. And then yeah, you like here on this point in particular, the rotation out is brutal. It's so brutal on Colosseo. Just as the attack here is brutal. So honestly, I would have just like inted because there's pretty much no way you're gonna rotate out here. I wonder if I should scrim with them considering how much you're talking about them not performing well. But I guess it's fine. You look. The thing is, how you should think about it is not, are my teammates doing well? You should be thinking about, am I hitting the skill ceiling? And you're not hitting the skill ceiling, and that's all that matters. You can still learn, right? If you have fun playing with them, then play with them. Because you can still learn. There's still things to do better. Like, even Lip makes mistakes, bro. And he's on Crazy Raccoons. Yeah, my thought process, yeah. We just, in the last VOD, we just saw Lip roll forward twice and die. And that's like the noob mistake on Cass. So, like, it happens. It just happens. Good angle, by the way. Really good angle. So, I actually really love this. This is fantastic. You come wide on the angle without rolling as well. So now if they do headshot you, you can just roll back to cover. I like this a lot. Because the thing about this is even though it's high risk without cover, you deny this angle from the Mei, which is actually really important because your Sigma can now spam them down choke if they don't respect you, or they die, or you force high block. You force a lot of important cooldowns, and you're essentially going 2 for 1 because the Mercy is pocketing her. So I really love this angle from you. Actually, I'm a big fan of this. Nice headshot. Yeah, good kill. Like. I didn't even have to, I didn't know you got a kill here, I don't think. But this angle I knew was going to be bountiful because this is just a really, like, that was a great identification. Like, this is one thing from your gameplay that I see a lot of. Like, you take a lot of really good mid-fight angles, but I think your biggest problems, Montana, what is going on? Your biggest problems are, like, your rotations are slow, and you don't really, I feel like you're not, I don't know if you are or you aren't looking through the wall, but sometimes you just don't make the rotation fast enough. And that's kind of what it is. Like, I just really need you to commit to an idea. Like, just how you committed to this idea, I need you to do that more. Because that idea was really good. I really like this idea from you. This cosplay, that crossplay was insane, by the way. Where does this guy go wrong, actually? I'm just curious. So number one issue, he's moving. He shouldn't be moving right now. And he needs to wait till the fight commits a little bit more. Like, he should have waited till a few more cooldowns went out. But that was a really creative play from the enemy cast, by the way. I like that as well. If you guys did that, I would have been proud. Why do we not have roll here? Oh, man. That sucks. I don't know. I don't even know if we would have killed him. Roll forward, funny. Yeah. I think this is just a roll forward moment. I'm gonna be honest. Like, rolling forward, if I'm kind of getting to the point where it's like, if you're not rolling forward to an angle, it's almost always bad. Like, even Lip dies to it. Yeah, like, we're just rolling forward to if we're rolling at people, it's just not good. Because there's just so much that can go wrong. So much can go wrong. The risk reward's not there. So I think that's just a roll forward moment. Yeah, I'll be honest. Because I don't even know how else you play that. I think going in main and helping your Sig is fine. I mean, you could have ult tracked the Blizz, but I honestly don't even care for ult tracking. I think it's a little bit overrated. Because I think good positioning can get around ult tracking most of the time anyway. I mean, with exception, right? With exception. Okay, let's see here. Shoot the ram. Perfect. Why are we on the left side, by the way? What happens? We just end up on the left. I wouldn't end up on the left here. Is the thing. I would not be on the left side here. I'll 100% be on the right side. So you'd say for the indecisiveness issue, I should pick something right at the beginning of the fight and just stick with it. No, it's you need to have an idea given the situation and commit to the idea. So it should be like, right now, you should be like, well, first of all, okay, let's take a step back. Let's try to think. Okay, let's act like I'm you. Okay, here's what I would be doing. Okay, the next fight, we're pushing the cart. The next fight's gonna be happening in main. I want to be in the right side because the right side is generally good for Cassidy. Okay, so I would be like this. So I'd be like, okay, I want to be over here, yada, yada, yada. Okay, Sig is in main. I'd be turning around looking to see where my team is. Okay, Bap is a little bit behind, so I need to be a little bit aware about this. Bam, poke out the ram, poke out ram, poke out ram, poke out ram. If I was here, this ram wouldn't be able to take this space. Or if he is taking this space, it'd be a really aggressive, and my Sigma would now have a window to deny it. So that you just missed this whole opportunity to deny the space rotation from the ram. And then you'd be like, okay, shoot ram, shoot ram, shoot ram, shoot ram, shoot ram. Maybe you fan the hammer the ram. I mean, the ram would be playing this slightly differently, but it may or may not have committed to a kill. And then if my Sigma's here, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take space. I'm gonna get aggressive. I'm gonna get aggressive. I'm actually gonna come here. Oh, I can stop this. I can stop this. I'm gonna commit to this flank. I'm actually gonna flash the Curie. Like, notice there's like no. It's like it's a line of thinking. You need to think about it. Here's what's happening. Okay, I know it's a little bit like it's not a perfect explanation, but here's how it should be working. Okay, you have one decision. I know I use this all the time, but this is exactly how this stuff works. This is how Overwatch and life works. Okay, it's like this. It's a decision tree. So you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, I know you can't really read my handwriting. Whatever. This is a D. But here's the situation. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to take the shortest path to each decision. I want you to go bam to B, bam D. I don't even care if it's wrong. Okay, because that's a whole different discussion. I just need you to do a play. But there are some times where you do this. You go bam. Okay, I'm on B, and then you go should I do E? Should I do E? Should I do D? Should I do E? Should I E? And then you end up on D. Okay, just like the fight with the window and the Cassidy. Okay, I needed you to just pick one. Because either way, because then we can talk about, is it better or is it worse? And that's a better discussion to have than just do something, okay? Like, how you get better is through failing over and over and over and over again, okay? Like, how Lip got good is he did A and then he did D immediately, and then he's like, crap, this sucks. and then he learned that E is better. Okay. But the problem is, because you don't do D or E, we don't actually know if D would have been better or if E would have been better because you do this. Okay, that's the problem. Like, we need to eliminate that this is even a thing. I need you to just commit to plays. And then if the issue is that you don't have a way to commit to plays, your issue is that you need to figure out why committing is hard for you. Okay, do you not understand when to rotate? Do you not, if you're not seeing a window to do something, why are you not seeing that window to do something? Okay, are you not looking through the wall? Are you not looking at health bars? Are you not thinking of cooldowns? Something like that. Have plays be dichotomous such that you can immediately tell what is better. I see. I mean, so it'll take time for you to understand what is better. Okay. It'll take time. Like, you'll do A, B, E maybe 200 times for you to actually realize that A, B, D is actually better. Right. But my job as a coach is to make this process faster. Okay. At the end of the day. But what's most important, how you actually be a better player, is you just fail a lot. Right now, where you're failing is you're not choosing a decision, and then, yeah, you get punished for that. But there's not a lot to learn from this other than, why am I not making the decision quick enough? Why am I not? Right? Did you get enough sleep? Right? Is sleep the issue? Are you looking through the wall? Are you looking through the wall at your teammates? Right? Are you tunnel visioning? Right? Stuff like this. Like, you need to think about, what is the fundamental issue that's causing me to stop this? And I don't want you to like totally overthink this, because I've only noticed it twice in your play so far. That one Iconwall game and then that one mid fight here. But it is something to keep in mind, right? There's still fights that happen. It happens for me. But the thing is, I've seen 2 of your games so far. And if it's happened in 2 of your games, it probably happens in a lot of your games. Is like the end thing. But yeah. But here's the thing. So your main issue here is I just wouldn't be on the left side of the map on this fight. I would be on the right side. Because, like, here, what's the playmaking happening here? Really? It's just shooting through shield. Like, there's just no playmaking allowed. Like, and that's the thing, right? This is a situation where if this is your plan to just play in main, then just play Sojourn, right? Because as Sojourn, the range is at least good for you no matter where you are, right? Like, from here to this Cassidy, this is better for Sojourn, so you should just play Sojourn, in my opinion. I just don't really understand, like in situations like this is just not how you play Cass. Like, Cass should be on the angle like this. I'm not saying you need to go 100% in, but and you guys also aren't playing Lucio, which really sucks for Cassidy. Cassidy really does a lot better with the main support. Like, so much better with the main support. I actually don't mind this that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do think I think your timing is a little off. You're a little bit early on the angle. But I actually I'm not 100% against this. There's merit to the flank. But this is the problem with playing Cass in coordinated. I don't think you get swung this deep in comp. I think they calmed Cass right, Cass right, Cass right. And then they all swing on you, right? I mean, this Ram and this Cass literally look at you at the same time, right? So this is not something that would happen in comp, but this happens in coordinated, where you get marked this quickly on the angle. But I think the principle to taking the angle is fine. It's just a matter of they're going to react quickly because it's coordinated, so you need to rotate back out faster. But I think this is like a good demonstration of how coordinated is different from comp. But yeah, but the problem is you're just on this side of the map. You go for a play, right, because you feel helpless in main, and the play is just bad because it's not a good side of the map for you. Like, this is just better. Because also, look what your Frey is doing right now. This is like the type of situation we should be doing. Like, or just playing here and poking out main or something. Because you can, like, take space this way when there's cover. Yeah, but you just died because you're on the left side of the map, dude. And we swapped to Sojourn. Yeah, I think swapping to Sojourn is better, given how you're playing. So, Sojourn should feel better for you here, just because of how you've been playing this map. This is fine. Yeah, I don't mind this that much. Just shoot tank. Farm rail. Did either rotation. I don't know why you and the Frey are there. Your Frey is... I don't think we're playing that correctly. But... Cassidy. I'll review, like... there's only a minute left of this VOD, so I don't mind reviewing the Sojourn. I think if it's like, but if it's like half Sojourn, half cast, I won't review it. It's not really worth it for me. Because I want to be a cast expert, right? That's kind of like my goal. But here, I think probably before this fight started, I think you probably should have just slid deep here and try to take a deep angle again. Like, come here, I think is the goal. Because, like, what do we do? Just the problem is, what do we do from this angle? Like, we can test this, the ram, but, like, I just don't know. I just don't know how we win from that angle. Which is why I'm thinking this is, like, what we need to do at some point. Because this opens up some space for our team, and there's nowhere here to contest us, and they don't have any verticality once again, right? So this is going to be an easy, I think, an easier win for us than this. Like, because right now we're playing super passive. Look how much space our team has. I don't know for sure. This is a tough situation. Yeah, it's just a bad angle for this. I feel like it is. Because there's just no way to win is kind of the problem. I don't know how you win in main. Like, I think we needed to take some risk there and try to do something. Because the only other thing I can think of as well is you could have gone right side and like try to like calm with your team. Hey, I'm going to open up the right flank. Like you could have at some point during this fight come this way and either come here and try to open something up or like come, if you didn't even feel safe doing that, you could have done this as well. I don't know. I just don't know. Because this is a tough situation. Because the bigger problem here is you guys are playing Sigma right now. And Sigma is just really kind of trash here. So it's like, given the tools you have, I think your best play was to go for a high risk play. I'm going to be honest. If you're playing Ram, this would be a little bit different because your Ram would be able to match this guy and you could contribute to the tank trade. But that's just not the tools we're dealt right now. So yeah. And the rest of the VOD is just whatever, I think. Oh, okay, how do we lose this? Playing main? Oh, shoot. Wow, you guys get deleted. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay, but that's that VOD. Do you have any extra questions on Sojourn? Or not on Sojourn, on Colosseo? Dang, I won on quick play. Wow. Yeah, I think Montana, a lot of... you need to investigate how to yeah, I would just, if I were you, I would VOD review my own gameplay and I would try to find times where you're hesitant to make a play and try to figure out why. Like, what is the underlying issue? Are you afraid that you're gonna die? Okay, why are you afraid you're gonna die? Are you afraid that your team is gonna flame you? Okay, that's a whole different problem. Are you afraid? Do you not know if this is a good or a bad play? Okay, why or why not? And if you don't, if it's a map I review a lot, go back and watch my VODs. And then you should have your answer. Or watch pro VODs or try to find them. And that's why I want to do pro VODs more, because they give you guys more insight on like what is like objectively good and bad. Because that's what the pros will do. But yeah, try to find like the foundational issue for it and then go from there. Right? Try to just keep asking yourself why until you have the answer you're looking for. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. Once again, if you have any questions, just let me know in the Discord and I'll take a look again. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, Montana. I appreciate you, man. Okay, we're going to do... we're going to do... 1 hour VOD review almost. Yeah, most of my VOD reviews are about like 45 minutes. Who's here? We can do Gargamel's if Gargamel has one. Let's see. We do have Monaco has one in here. Monaco, are you here by the way? If you are, I can do that one. Yeah, see you later, Montana. We're gonna get started on Barbosa because Barbosa was here earlier, but he had to leave. Yeah, good night, man. Okay, we're gonna look at Barbosa's on Dorado. Oh man, do I love me some Dorado. So you guys, if you're cast main, you should be picking Dorado. Dorado is a good cast map. Okay, and if you don't know why, watch my VODs. Also watch this one because I'll explain why. So on, oh, we're about to hit the roll tech. So, so Barbosa's about to do the roll tech, and he's using the lineup that I taught everybody. It's a little finicky sometimes. You have to do it from a slight angle, but you can also just straight up jump up there as well, off this lip, like he's gonna do here, or you can roll up there as well. But you always want to play on this high ground. It's so stupid mega strong. Always. And then your game plan here is you're going to swing out and you're going to shoot them a little bit. And then you can come wide. I don't really recommend it. But if you do come wider, just make sure you have rolls so you can roll back to the angle. And then you're going to just basically poke here and then play this window and then just rotate out this way. And your goal is to live. Okay, if you're dying here, you're trolling it. There's pretty much no situation where you should be dying here. Unless you get like Roadhog hooked, but then that's a problem of getting Roadhog hooked to begin with. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, that was insane. Why do we not get any healing? What's the problem here?
That payload's pulling away. Come
Oh,
on.
okay. So we just eat a helix, whatever. Yeah, so here you just shouldn't peek the window again. You need to roll out. So here what I would have done is I would have eaten this helix, whatever, cost of doing business. Then right here, you should roll through the window gap, like LOS, like roll from here to here, and then come back here to be on this high ground, just so you make sure you don't die. Are your teammates playing this correctly? Your teammates are not playing this correctly. Okay. Your Illari and your what are these guys doing? Your Illari and your Kiriko should not be here. Okay, I'm be real. This is their mistake. Okay, this is a really stupid play. Your Hazard. Oh my god. Okay. Your Hazard also should not be here right now. Okay, but you cannot control what your teammate does. What rank is this? What rank is this? I forgot I added the tags thing. How do I check this? Does it not show me the meta tags on Discord? Hold on. No, he didn't put a rank. I noticed there was there is some circus happening currently. This is a little bit insane. I don't know what rank this is. I don't know if Bobosa said what rank he is either. Oh wait, I think he did it didn't really matter, to be honest with you. It doesn't even matter. Either way, he needed to roll through the window to make sure he doesn't die, and then here, because he's so low, he needs to just give up all the space. Because dying here is really bad. Dying here is really bad. Like, oh, don't repeat, bro. You're so low. Okay. I understand your tank is throwing and you feel like you need to commit to the fight, but I need you to understand that dying here is terrible and you need to just kite. I need you to just come back here and live. Honestly, like, if you should right now be spamming I need healing, or at least press it once, and then you just need to bail. Okay. You can come grab this mega if you want, but I mean, that's going to take too long. By the time you get there, you're going to get full healed by out of combat regen. So you should just honestly chill and start kite. Like, re-peeking here is really bad. I know you're anxious to contribute to the fight, but dude, let's be for real. Your tank is already dead and your tracer is probably going to die as well fighting here. Like, you should look through the wall and see this is happening and just be like, we're screwed. Okay. And just give it up. So this is a state of the fight issue. Yeah, but dying here is really, really bad. I mean, you should have also got healing, to be fair, but as a good Overwatch player, you should be adapting to your situation. Okay, Barbosa also said he's not sure what to play on attack, and he also has some timing issues. Okay, which is fine. We'll look at attack when we get there. But yeah, we shouldn't have died there on defense. Okay. So, ooh, okay. So the problem, I like the idea. I like that you're thinking about, hey, I want to take a different angle from main. But the problem is your Illari just died and your team is coming back from spawn. Okay. I think I don't know where your other, yeah, actually both your supports are dead currently. And your tracer's coming back from spawn and it's only you and the hazard. So what you need to realize is that your team is currently dead. Okay. So one way to really break this habit of extending early is by the time you're here, before the fight starts, cream pie is feeding. Yeah, probably, bro. We're kind of in that elo, it seems. But whenever you're here, which is about where, like, before you kind of get into enemy territory, actually, as you're walking back from spawn, you should be holding tab. Okay, I need you to be holding tab, or at least pressing tab, and seeing who is dead and who is respawning and who is not. Okay. Because there's pretty much no world where we should be this far forward while our team is still respawning. It makes no sense. So the big issue here is that you don't realize that your team is dead and dying. And as a result, you're pushing forward when no one is here to help you. Okay. Also, and a different issue is that your tank is right here and you are taking space that's that your tank is not really opening up for you, which I'm not 100% against, but given this matchup, it's not 100%. You know, I just wouldn't do it into this matchup. Remove kill cam. I recommend you leave kill cam on because there's sometimes you can catch hackers and you can also see old chargers if you really want. But it's more of like, one thing you need to make sure you do is go into your sound settings and make sure that play sound when teammate eliminated is on, and make sure that play sound when enemy eliminated is on as well. These are two like incredibly important sounds to have on in this game because it gives you a little, you'll hear as I go through the VOD review, but you'll hear a little blink when someone dies. Okay. So this is an awareness issue. You have good aim, but you just don't understand where your team is. And then you go in and you make a bad play. Hackers will win anyway. Yeah, it's true. But I would just, I think the benefit from turning it off is negligible, to be honest with you. So Barbosa, you need to be on the high ground right now. So right after you died here and you have this time to set up, you need to be playing the high ground. So generally so here's the rotation. If you don't know, you just walk through this room, walk up the stairs, walk up here. And then what you should be doing is you should be coming up here and then playing to this corner and then backing up when they start push you. And the reason being is that if they want to get you off the high ground, they have to commit cooldowns to get to you. Okay, it's harder, right? They have to come up this staircase and they have to come up this staircase, and you can shoot them in the meantime as they're on the way to you. But if you play on the floor, they have a lot more cover, right? Like notice they can get really close to me from cover if I'm playing right here. So you don't really want to be on the high ground, okay? Because also the issue is if you're not on the high ground, that means it's free from the attacker's perspective. They can come up here and shoot you from the high ground as well. D.Va is a pain in this matchup. Yeah, D.Va is a cast hard counter. I've been studying it a little bit more, and I think there are ways to play around D.Va. But the problem is D.Va punishes a lot of rotations really easily. And it means you have to play with your team more. But even in this situation, even against D.Va, he should still be playing the high ground. Because even if he gets dove by D.Va, he can just drop. So I think he should still be up here. So you gotta play with your team when D.Va does dive. Yeah, exactly. When the D.Va does dive, you need to really respect it and play with your team. But either way, playing on the floor here is inexcusable, to be honest. We should be on the high ground right now. I had another VOD like this in the past, but if you spend a lot of the time this game, especially on second defense on the floor, then we're just gonna skip through a lot of it. Because the problem is, like, whenever you're, I have this saying, which is good positions get lucky, and the inverse is true, right? Bad positions get unlucky, okay? So when you're in a bad position, like you're in main here, you are bound to make some mistake or die to something random or not being able to avoid something because you're inherently, your macro position is bad, okay? So what I recommend you do is go through, if you haven't already, watch a lot of my VODs for maps you struggle with and try to see what I recommend in terms of positioning, like what position should you play, what you'd avoid, and whatever. Like if you've watched my Dorado VODs, you would know not to play on the floor because it's just bad. You should always play on the high ground because you're just gonna dodge so much other stuff. And here as well, right? Your whole team. So here's the thing. I know I've been yapping through this entire thing. Sorry about that. So, like, here's the problem. You take a bunch of damage on the floor, so you need healing. And your team doesn't heal you, so you go for this mini, and now you're out of the fight for the entire rotation. Like, you had no control over the outcome of what's going on here. No control, right? You're in this, you're in Neverland, okay? What are we doing? Look, I understand that I like the rotation that you're using this side of the map, but we're just not helping our team. We're not helping our team, and it's because fundamentally you were in a bad position to contribute to being in this fight. Not because, like, you didn't have any inherent positioning mistakes, but because everyone died. Like, you guys have kept staggering for the last, like, 10 minutes. And if you don't know what staggering is, it's when you and your teammates die every 5 seconds. Like, you die, then your Hazard dies, then your Mercy dies, then your Moira dies, then your Bastion dies, then your Freya dies, and whoever dies. You know, stuff like that keeps happening. So you're always in a perpetual 4v5 against the enemies. 4v5, 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 4v5. So you're at a disadvantage always, and it's never even ground on the fight. So if that happens, your number one goal is to prevent staggering from happening. Like, staggering is very rare in high elo play, so it's hard to, like, watch those guys and learn. But what'll end up happening is once you see your teammates die consistently, like 2 people down, you need to identify that the fight is probably lost and rotate out earlier and not repeat, right? I like the Deadeye. Deadeye's fine. You needed to draw when that Mercy had Red Skull, though. Yeah. So you kind of just held that for too long. And then you needed to not... You needed to... So... Here, you needed to drop and not come to the angle that your Sojourn is on. So you need to realize that your Sojourn is currently on a deep angle. And the thing is, if you come to an angle like this, you have the value of her angle. Because now if let's say 2 people from the enemy team turn to shoot the Sojourn, she is currently going 2 for 1, right? But if you come here, now she's going 2 for 2, okay? Does it increase the chance you kill somebody? Probably. But I think because she has a flank, the chance of her killing somebody is already pretty high. So you don't need to come to this angle. What you really should be doing is coming back here and contributing to the fight in main. Because now you have no DPS in main, and it's a lot more losable. Like here, this is another fight where we just kind of didn't contribute very much. Like you're really scared about dying to these guys on. I keep doing this with this text tool, bro. They need to turn this off. Oh, sorry. You were really scared about dying to the soldier and the diva that you dropped and then ran all the way away, and now you're not contributing, right? Like honestly, I would have rather you stayed up here and died. To be 100% for real with you, I would rather this be the case than you make this rotation out the Sojourn. So that's kind of what I believe here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we just don't contribute. Is what this comes down to. Okay. And then we rotate back to spawn. So this was a good example of avoiding staggering, right? The fight was lost and you had the ability to get out, so you got out, right? And then as you get better at identifying staggering, you'll get better at identifying when you can actually get out and when it's actually impossible to get out and you should just die anyway. And that's a skill you learn. This is a wide rotation mid-fight, and I actually like this rotation from you. I like it a lot because there's a lot of playmaking that can happen here. It's a little bit unfortunate that your whole team dies, but I don't mind that much. Really, your big issue was your first point, you reswung with 1 HP, and second point, you didn't play high ground. And those are like fundamental issues. Like those are really, really, really fundamental issues. Like a lot of the VODs I do, like a lot of the community so far here in Once Told Tale or in next page is like diamond or like high plat and up. So it's like a lot of these fundamental issues don't exist in the other VODs, right? So it's harder to learn from those. I'm telling you now, like, oh, nice rotation, by the way. So it looks like you do watch some of my Dorado content. Like I really like this rotation from you. I mean, you also did the roll tech, so yeah. Like I really like this rotation. It's really powerful for Cassidy, but yeah. Here, it's good that you identify to not go mega. Because here's the thing. If you actually did come mega here, you're going to get dove by diva and die. Okay, so this is actually really good identification for you. So playing in main is actually your best play. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know if you dodge it unintentionally or what, but yeah, so... But here you end up getting caught by the same thing. So here you just needed to realize that they were going to push you and roll out. Okay. Oh, we get rezzed. Okay, cool. And you reswinging? Why is this good? Because the diva's not here, and you can hear that she's not here if you with your headphones. Oh, you should have committed to that. Yeah, you 100% should have committed to the angle here. I think it's just Mercy. Yeah, you hear the soldier, but you hear him shooting somebody else in main. I would fight this. I think the risk reward is there. You can kill the Mercy. So rolling. I just think, yeah, you needed to identify that there was the risk reward was there for sure. The diva wasn't there. She was across the map. And the soldier's not looking at you, and you saw the Mercy, so I would have went for the kill. For sure. And if I died, whatever. But I could have got a kill that would have changed the outcome of the game. Ooh, don't roll forward. Don't roll forward. I know she was low, but don't roll forward. It's almost always bad. Like, I'd prefer, if you wanted to fan her again, just roll into the wall on your right side or roll backwards. But don't roll forward. And then you die. I think this is going to become like a diva matchup thing, which is unfortunate. So diva is your hardest counter in most situations, just because she can... Oh my gosh. Oh, no. Oh, you just needed to dodge that. Okay. That comes with practice. That comes with practice. How is Diva not nerfed yet? I don't think Diva's broken. I'm gonna be honest. Diva just feels particularly bad because we're cast mains. And Diva's in cast counter. So it kind of just comes. Oh, demon. But yeah, it just kind of comes down to she's a cast counter, and so every matchup is going to always feel bad. And I don't really think she's that broken, to be honest with you. Because if we were Sojourn mains, it wouldn't really be that big a problem. Like, we would be like, you hate Diva. Why? She's balanced. What's the error here? I'm going to be honest. Against Diva on this map, where the Diva is actually actively countering the angle, Cass just kind of sucks. Like, there's not... It feels bad because... Here's the problem. When you play Cassidy in suboptimal situations, let me go to like a wall, okay? So I can draw. Okay, actually, let me do... Oh, perfect. Let me do this. Okay, here's the problem. So when you play Cassidy in suboptimal situations, it looks like this. If you imagine a normal game of Overwatch where Cassidy is okay, here's the situation. Here's how the game works. So there's 3 events. There's event 1, 2, and 3. And then this is like, you can envision this like take angle. So this is, okay, here's a angle. And then take fight 1. And you can think of this as fight 2. Okay. Imagine this like separate 1v1s. Go sim already. Yeah, this is a situation where I would recommend swapping, and this is why. But okay, this is how Overwatch normally looks, right? It's the angle. And it's like 3 separate decisions are made. You take an angle, you fight somebody, and then you fight somebody again. In a normal game, it's going to be something like 50-50 chance of success and failure, 50-50 chance of success and failure, 50-50 chance of success and failure. Okay, this is like what you think it should be like. But really, how you should be playing Overwatch is that you take good angles and good fights consistently, and you live. Okay, so it's like, you take an angle with a 95% chance and a 5% failure. And then you take a fight with 75% and 25% failure. And then it's like 80 and 20, right? This is the stuff we want, okay? We want to be in situations where these are the odds we have to win. It's like you take a good angle, and here's the thing. Because we take a good angle, the chance of us winning every fight subsequently is good. But if we had a bad angle to begin with, it would be a lot worse. It would be like, the chance we take that angle is probably 100% because we're taking a bad angle, and bad angles are typically really safe. And then now the chance that we win fight 1 is like 20-80, like substantially worse. And the chance we win fight 2 is like 10-90, right? Substantially worse, right? We want to avoid these situations at all costs. So we want to be in these situations in as many times as possible, stuff like this. But here's the thing. Whenever you play Cassidy into situations like this on Eichenwald, even on Dorado, even in optimal situations, all we get is like the chance that you taking the angle, as we've seen, is like at best 50-50. And then on fight 2, it's like at best 45-55. And then on fight 3 or fight 2 here, fight 1 and then fight 2, it's like at best 30-70. Like, this is the problem when you play Cass in like bad situations. This is your best case scenario, so it'll always feel bad. It'll feel like you can't do anything just because the hero's not built for these kind of situations, right? You're at an inherent disadvantage. Yeah, the text is, if you're on YouTube, the text is late. It's like 10 seconds late or something. I don't know how to change it. I don't know if I can change it actually. But yeah, so that's your problem. When you're playing Cass in bad scenarios like you are here, then you're always gonna be at an inherent disadvantage. Okay, so now the question is, well, how do I know when I'm in a bad situation? Okay, well, typically how you can figure this out is you have 2 lives or 3 lives, and if you think about what are your best plays on Dorado, like whenever you watch my Dorado VOD reviews, what are the plays I typically recommend people do? Well, on attack first, the only play I basically recommend is this play, and I will sometimes recommend. The only other play that really exists for Cassidy is you can come under like this, and you can try the staircase, but you're often going to get contested, or you can come through this door and come under the archway and wrap all the way around like this. These are like your best plays. That, or it's just you straight up stand in main. But the problem with standing in main is the high ground. You can't do anything about high ground. It's like really, really uncontestable for you. So if you think about it in your brain, like, man, I can't see any of these plays working, then you just need to swap. Like Sim in this case would be good, or Farah or something. Like, then you should just swap. That's when swapping is good. But if you want a one trick cast, okay, as a one trick, you need to think about, how can I just, there's no way this play is ever going to work. What can I do? Okay, then I want you to throw the kitchen sink at the enemy team. Okay, so I want you to go flank. I want you to be annoying here and live, and then come back and then try to do this flank. And then maybe you like do some super rat play where you stand here for 10 seconds and then you swing wide on the Bastion mid fight. Like, I don't know, get creative. Like if you're a one trick, you're kind of freed from these chains here, and you can just start kind of like inventing things. So it just kind of depends on your perspective, right? If you want to swap, this would be a situation to swap. But if you want a one trick, then yeah, you're gonna get stuck. But that's why this feels so bad to you. It's because you're getting countered, and playing main sucks, and yeah, there's just not a lot you can do as Cass in this particular situation, right? And I can see that this is good behavior, by the way. This is good behavior, which is you realize that going right is basically impossible, so you try this play, which is good, and this is how you get better at Overwatch. So you take a different angle, thinking, okay, maybe things will be different if I try this other angle. Right now, you have bad timing with your tank, so you swing too early. But I want you to understand that you trying this is not a bad thing, and you should not stop doing this. As in, continue trying things like this. The problem here was that you didn't time it with your tank, and you died. So this was a timing issue, which is something you mentioned as well. So so going back to this, the reason the right side felt so bad is because you kept getting contested by D.Va. The reason this flank didn't work is because you had bad timing with your tank. That's it. But I like the principle of you trying to begin with. Do we lose? Yeah, we lose here. But yeah, like against his soldier, it feels terrible to play main. There's just no playmaking that can happen. You're better off on Sojourn. You're better off on Pharah. You're better off on like literally anyone. Yeah. This sucks. This sucks. There's nothing to do. Yeah, like at some point, like, and this is what I recommend, like, this low ground location is really bad for Cassidy. You really only have two options. It's option number one is not be here in the first place. Like, you just have to find some time to be here. Like you just kind of have to find this rotation to be up here. There's also a roll tech you can do off this, what is this called? Fire hydrant, to end up on top of this statue, or this statue, bro, I'm tripping out. To end up on top of this poster, and then you can jump up here as well, to save some time. It's actually saves a ton of time. But yeah, we kind of need to find that rotation, or you need to like find a window with your tank to be able to just walk into this room and then go for this wrap, which I'm not a huge fan of this play, but I mean, if that's the only thing you have, then that's the only thing you have. So yeah. But yeah, so this is more of a hero issue. Yeah, well, yeah, like this is perfect, right? Like now you have a window to actually rotate right side, but even then you get marked by D.Va, right? That sucks. But the Genji is there, so it ends up working out in your favor. But like that rotation is a rotation we needed to find before the fight started. But yeah, your defense, the biggest issue with the defense is your entire team staggered a lot. So that's something to work on. And then the biggest issue with the attack is it's just you're playing into counters, and the one window you had, you didn't take, right? Like you needed to see that the Mercy was alone, the soldier was occupied, and the D.Va was across the map. That was your one window to make that flank work, and you missed it. Okay, like that's all that came down to. So I would have either liked to see you swap there or just get creative like you kind of did toward the end. So yeah, so that's why that felt so bad. It just, the map isn't really built for Cassidy there. But yeah, thank you for the code, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I enjoyed it. Okay, so we're gonna take a look. How long are we? We're 2.5 hours, so I can maybe, like, depending on how fast these are, I might be able to go through all of them. Let's see. So we did from Montana, we did Barbosa. Let's do Zaku real quick. Monaco. Import. Take a look at this. I think I've done this. Yeah, I did this Lijiang one. And then it's another Montana, and yeah, and then a busy Raptor one. Okay, we'll look at this in a bit. Okay. Zaku, new name. Monica, welcome to the fold. It's good to see you. Juan Lopez, welcome, man. It's good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. We're doing some Cassidy coaching. So on Hollywood, if you have any questions, by the way, guys, just let me know. On Hollywood, on defense, so your game plan on defense should be to play this angle here. Or sorry, you're gonna open on the high ground, and then if you get actively contested here or you don't have a support with you, your goal is to drop and play the floor. Okay, from the floor, you have a bunch of different options. If they play a slow comp like no Lucio and ground tanks or dive tanks, that more specifically dive tanks, so like a monkey, play here. It's really strong because what will happen is right after the monkey jumps, you're just gonna come here and shoot the backline. Okay, it's really strong, and you can also shoot them as they push in. This is also a good angle to play on timing in general. Hold on. Sorry, I should have muted. But anyway, this angle can be strong. Just keep in mind if they're playing something like a Ram or an Orisa, they're gonna W key on you and you're gonna die. Who are cast counters? Cast counters are anyone who outranges him on bad maps. So like Sojourn and Widow and Ashe, and on bad maps. So, but on certain maps it doesn't actually matter, like range. Like on this map, range is not that important. But like heroes specifically, it's like Diva, Sigma sometimes, and that's about it. Cass doesn't really have very many hard counters other than Diva, to be honest with you. And the reason Diva's a hard counter is because her effective range is within Barbosa. Just come back. Was my VOD? Yeah, I literally just finished it actually. That's unfortunate. So Barbosa, go on YouTube and watch the VOD back of the Dorado game, and then if you have any questions, just let me know. You can drop it in chat and I can answer it live. But yeah, Juan, it's really just Diva. That's the biggest counter for Cass. Everyone else is like you can find a way to win the matchup, which is why Cass is a good hero to main. Okay, but Zaku, you play this pretty much perfectly. Oh, I forgot to explain everything else. So once you're on the floor, the important thing to know about playing on the floor here is that you have a bunch of rotations open to you. Namely, you have this rotation to bottom cafe and top cafe, but also do not forget that you can rotate the dumpster and play here. This is a really important position that a lot of cast players just forget exists. Because from here, you can spam out the tank, you can do a whole bunch of different things. And as long as they don't have the alleyway, you can also kite in the alleyway and grab my gun. It's a really strong position. Oh, okay. Hold on, wait. I'm going way too fast. Okay, so we play on the floor. Here, you're just kind of too close. Like, whenever you're playing on the floor, you need to be playing, like, back here, really. Because here, you should identify that they're pushing in, like, starting to take space. So if you were going to take this angle, you kind of needed to already be here if this was your plan. But because that's not your plan, we needed you more on an angle like this. That way, if they do contest you, you can roll backwards and you would... What the heck? Is this art? Oh, there's a Sombra. Okay. Jeez, I was tripping out. That way, you can roll backwards and be fine. Okay, but we kind of missed that. Because, like, here... Yeah, like, here, where can you roll to? The only thing you can, I guess, roll to is this way, like, into the door. So we're just kind of playing too close, I think. Like, actually... Yeah, you're too close. There's no cover from that angle. I mean, it is a little bit unfortunate that this guy is pocketed. I don't think he'd get this aggressive if he wasn't pocketed. But either way, we should be like back here. Honestly, like your rotation should be bam, bam, bam here, bam, bam, bam here, and then if they are swinging the angle, then you just respect it a little bit. You don't have to give it up, but you can just respect it. But we just get mechanics capped. And we lose first. Losing first is really bad because first is actually quite good for Cass. Oh, nice shot. I never hit those, bro. I'm so bad at that. I don't like the roll forward or the flash there, by the way. So if you haven't watched my content, just know that rolling forward is almost always bad. Like it happens in every single VOD. It happens with lip as well. You hardly ever get value from rolling forward. I hope I single-handedly change how people use roll by just iterating this so much. Stop rolling forward and you'll improve your cast gameplay by a lot. I'm not even messing with you. If you're not rolling to an angle and you're rolling at people instead, you're doing it wrong. Okay, let's do this. Fight the Diva. Okay. So here, once you hear someone coming up the angle, so coming up the elevator, your reaction should not be to immediately contest them. Your reaction should be to get on the bridge and walk backwards. This should be your reaction pretty much every single time. Because the problem is, I mean, it ends up being a Cassidy, but if it is a tank or if it is something else, your goal here is to kite because you need to live. You absolutely need to live on Hollywood. Because this rotation back from spawn is like 15 seconds. To go from here all the way this way, or I mean, you'd do it a little bit differently. You would do probably this. To go from here all the way this way, it's like, and then up the elevator, it's like 15 seconds, bro. It's so long. So you don't want to die. So here, pretty much, we shouldn't even be in this situation to die because right now, after we shoot this diva, and you hear that audio cue, you roll. You can either roll backwards, but really you need to just come up the bridge and start playing the bridge into this. Yeah, or like you needed to roll backwards here, right when you see him pop up, either one. But we just don't really do either. Okay. Do you have any notes? I feel like I struggle with decision making and positioning. Your decision making has been fine so far. You just died at the beginning of both fights. So I mean, how long is this? Oh, 20. It's a long haul. Okay, we're in here for the long haul. Okay. So if your plan is to come up the right door or the right elevator, you should be coming out the right door. You should be coming out here, by the way, because it's like not only is it shorter out of spawn, but it's you mitigate the risk of dying to just random stuff in main. Like 1 in 50 games, you're just gonna die to like something random walking out this door. So what's the point of adding that? Just go through the right door and you'll be fine. Here, the problem is you roll to the end goal, okay? Like, and this is what I'm saying, rolling is almost always bad. Like, whenever you're this close to the enemy team, just don't roll. Just don't roll unless it's defensive. Oh, by the way, my VOD was gold. Yeah, your supports were trolling you on that VOD, Babosa, unfortunately. But there was also things we could have done better, and that's all that matters. If you played Cass at the skill ceiling, you would have won that game. And that's the only thing that we care about. Okay. Here, oh my goodness. Okay, wow. Here, you come out left door, sure. Shoot the Cass. Don't walk forward, though. That's the problem. You want to stay in cover. So you can hear and see that someone is on the cart if you look up top. I don't know if you identified that. But because you walk forward, you just get shot by BAP, forced to turn around, and then it's just not good. Like, you should have went here and honestly just shot BAP. Because this fight is also a little bit too far away from you, and you have 3 teammates there anyway. I'd rather you just take the 1v1 on the BAP and win. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you realized the BAP was there. But rolling forward in this situation is fine because you're rolling away from the BAP, okay? So that's the difference. That's still a defensive roll, even though it looks like you're rolling into the enemy team. And keep in mind that roll should be used almost exclusively as a defensive cooldown. Or at least you should have that mindset. Okay. Come to the high ground. Perfect. This is a setup. Yeah, dropping here is fine because you're getting marked by D.Va. Keep in mind D.Va is your counter. And the reason being is because she can really heavily punish you on angles like this and you can't do anything about it. Like against a monkey, you can at least triple headshot him in the air, right? You can't do that against D.Va. Nice shots on this Sombra, by the way. Nice. So the only thing about this is setting up bottom saloon can be okay, but I wouldn't be doing it against D.Va. Because if you get dove, you're fried and there's nothing you can do about it. Typically in the D.Va matchup, you want to be playing distance. So I would be playing like back here and looking for this wrap mid-fight if it's available. But I just kind of wouldn't be playing on the floor here because if I get dove by D.Va, I'm dead. Right, like this kill on the Mercy. Let's see this. How does it actually pan out? Yeah, I mean, that kill on the Mercy is very fortunate. I don't know if I would. Like, I don't even think this EMP is good from the Sombra. I don't know. Maybe it is because they're all low. I mean, they're not actually low. I don't know. I mean, this is just awkward plays. I don't know what rank this is, but this isn't definitely not Masters. Right, so yeah, I'd be prioritizing distance to get the D.Va. I would have played a lot safer, and I probably wouldn't have killed the Mercy there, but I think that's winning on average. That flash needs a hit, but whatever. Not a big deal. It's good you don't drop. Stay on the high ground. You want to generally you want on defense. You want to greed this high ground as long as possible. Very important. I have died to that bat play before, by the way. I have died to that. Like, a bat makes a random rotation, immorts himself. Like, literally this exact sequence. So, yeah, that's funny. This is kind of crazy. I would have dropped already. I didn't even know you could stand there, to be honest. That's kind of crazy. Here, I would definitely be holding S key. I would not be just standing there. Yeah, I do not want to get boosted and insta-killed. So, could you have played this sequence differently? I don't really know. Here, shoot them. No one is on high ground with you, which is a mistake in their part. Your Sigma's, geez, your Sigma should be up here. No. Yeah, I think you make the best play. I think actually staying up here is the best play, but I didn't even know you could be here. So that bomb comes out and that's why you drop. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, I think this sequence is fine. I think you played all this correctly. Yeah, here I would be going point for sure. So here, what I would do is I'd come into Saloon, which is what this building is called, by the way. And then I would stay in Saloon because I'm with my Alari, and I'd just be fighting over that point. I think that's your best play. And I'm okay with this rotation because you can hear the diva and she's a mile away. So you're probably gonna live here. Could you, man, what do we do? Like, is this the wrong place? Should we have come back out? Oh, your Ana doesn't rotate. So your Ana misplays because she doesn't rotate. Yeah, because this is like really a map flip happening. Hold on. I'm trying to... So the reason I'm doing this is I'm not 100% certain that my suggestion is correct. Because I feel like there's maybe a way we can have more impact to the fight. It's like... So this diva thing happens. So your Sombra dies. But you're already in this rotation. So you kind of have to commit to the rotation. So should we have made the rotation into Saloon to begin with? So here... So the question is... Here, should you have backed up? This is the question. Should you have backed up to like basically... Okay, let me actually draw it out so it's a little bit easier to understand. Here's where you are right now. The question I'm asking is, should you have rotated back to the Ana, or is rotating with your Alari the valid play? So what are the arguments to coming into Saloon? Well, the argument for coming into Saloon is that if there is anybody on the floor, you can flank them and kill them. Okay, that's a winning fight. You are relatively safe, as in the diva has to hard commit to clear you. So it'll force the her to reposition. So that's one thing. You do have a support with you as well, as in the Alari would be with you. But the downside is that on this map in particular, if they play it correctly, there should basically be nobody on the low ground to begin with. Because they're going to be taking the high ground and contesting it that way. So that's that. You are also down one. So maybe going into Saloon is just bad. Yeah, I think here at this point, especially because you guys have no space, like you actually have no control over what's happening right now, and it's a Sombra on point. I don't know if you actually know that or not, but given this circumstance, I think it actually is better to rotate out the more I look at it. But maybe I'm being results oriented. I don't know. Because the problem is, it's like after you're in this position, what do you do, right? That's kind of like the question I'm asking. I don't know what you do from here because there's no one on the cart. Your Sigma's already nano boosted. Your Ana gets stove and she's fried. But even if you were with the Ana, you would die too. It's the thing, but at least there's a chance you live. Here, you just like it's almost guaranteed stagger. Okay. Yeah, I mean you kill the Casper for what, right? I don't know. I don't really know the answer to that. The Deadeye's not good because your team is dead, by the way. So you shouldn't have Deadeyed there. You should have just walked in and jumped on the point and suicide. But whatever. I don't really know on that point a second how you could have done too much better. I think off first we had a positional mistake. And then dying to that cast on the high ground was bad, but... Okay, so on this third point of Hollywood, really you have two game plans. You can come top. So if you come top, the whole idea is that you deny this rotation. This is more important more important. This is more important when you play against people like Genji and Echo and Pharah that really like coming up here, but that's not really the situation right now. But also, if you do come up here, you can flank the backline. But I really highly don't recommend this play in this situation precisely because they're playing D.Va, and it takes one D.Va booster for you to get totally invalidated and actually die. So I don't recommend that. So now your next best play really is to basically try to lock down this right side and live. All I would want you to do is play here and then just shoot them and then rotate out at the slightest sign of resistance, basically. Because the reason why you want to be here as well is this angle is actually quite good for you. You can see deep, like here you can see, I mean, you can kind of see it. You can see to this corner if you play this box. And then you can also just rotate out. There's a mini behind you and you can deny this. It's just kind of a really good angle and really good range for Cassidy. And then the reason you don't really want to play main very much is you don't have any rotations. Like you have this rotation, but what is this going to accomplish for you? And then, I mean, here you might as well just play this angle, right? There's just not a lot to really do here, right? Because if they swing back into cover from this corner here, you can't contest them, right? As they're doing that, it's really easy for them to unswing you. So the only thing is you need to keep in mind is that when you do play this corner, you just have to play your life. So just keep that in mind. Okay, how do we die here? The only thing I'll say is just don't play there. I mean, but that's honestly unlucky. You should have got healed. I'll be real. Maybe you can say you swung too deep into the bat, but whatever. Wait, did you roll the cover? Actually, let me check. If you didn't roll the cover... Oh, I think you died with roll on cooldown. Yeah, here you needed to roll to cover. I mean, you still would have died, but... Yeah, if you take a bunch of damage and the fight becomes losing, roll to cover, okay? You didn't hit a single shot on that BAP, you needed to roll away. So that was a micro error. But really, you shouldn't be there in the first place. You should have been on this side of the map with the dumpsters. And once again, I don't really like you coming to this high ground because if this D.Va dives you, you're dead, okay? So just understand, if you do come here, you're taking a really big gamble that you're not going to get dove. So typically, taking positions like this means timing against the enemy D.Va. So you want to listen for the boosters, then swing, typically. It's like the type of situation you're looking for. Or you want to make sure she's occupied and she has to use her boosters to get out type of situation. But it's just risky. I wouldn't be here against D.Va, to be honest with you. I think the risk reward's not really there. Yeah, and you can see it, right? The D.Va was a little bit late with the dive, but if they had an ounce more coordination, you were fried. There's actually nothing you can do about that. So that was the problem. I just want to be up top here. Okay. And then, yeah, now that we're just... This side of the map just sucks. You really want to be on the right side. Because, look, because you're not on the right side, the entire enemy DPS roster just comes out wide here and your team is screwed because they have a million billion angles on you. Like, what are you supposed to do now? Like, this is a foundational error. Like, I could tell you, like, oh, in this matchup, you should be doing whatever better. But you're making a macro problem by not standing here. Like, I need you to be standing here, then kite out, then deny them from even walking in through this door in the first place. Like, that's the problem. Like, there's some other VODs that talk about this, but you're not, like, there's no point in me telling you, oh, you needed to headshot the Sombra when you're not positioning correctly to begin with. Once you fix your positioning and it's perfect, then we'll talk about mechanics. We'll talk about flashbang usage. We'll talk about whatever. But yeah, you needed to play on the right side of the map. On that defense in particular. For the reasons I explained earlier. Okay. So on attack. Okay, we changed our Spotify playlist. So here, you have a few different plays. It's just going to kind of depend on your tank and what the enemy tank do. Okay, here, in this case, you needed to hit the rotation immediately. This is a common issue I see with cast players. Here, they are committing all their cooldowns to punish this D.Va right now. This is your window to rotate. This is 100% your window to rotate right now because everyone and their dog is looking at this D.Va. Let's actually check. Cass, tucked away, not doing anything. BAP, tucked away, not doing anything. D.Va, diving in our D.Va. Sombra, diving our D.Va. Okay, like, actually, none of these guys would have been looking at you. This Cass would have been looking at you, but if you actually rotated with your D.Va when you should have, you would be right here right now. Okay. So you would have been all on the way up the stairs or on the way to the alley and been fine. And you would have lived. And your supports are right here to help you as well. So, like, We should have looked for the rotation. I think staying here passively is like not terrible as well, but it's also very fortunate that your diva just doesn't insta die because she just has insane pocket. Yeah, I still like, even now I think you need to rotate. Like the end goal on Hollywood for Cassidy in most situations is to rotate up the stairs and then get up here. Like, you want to be on this high ground on attack. On defense, it doesn't really matter that much because you want to deny this flank, which is Cassidy doing right now. And then you also want to help this. And ultimately, you want to play here and shoot them either on cafe, on the ground, or you can have the option to drop and play point. Like, you have stuff like that available to you. Because the problem is here, if you don't rotate, you don't really have any options. The only option you have is come wide. That's it. Or make this super long rotation, which also isn't that great most times. So you need to go high ground. It's going to give you the most options for how to play this effectively. So like this kill on BAP was made possible because you made a rotation, but you could have rotated like that earlier. So that's a problem. If you stay in main, you're not going to really get that much value on Cassidy. Yeah, like, you need to rotate. You just need to rotate. Yeah, I don't really care about any of this. Whatever. Like, this stuff doesn't matter. Because you don't rotate to... I had a different Hollywood VOD like this. If you just never rotate to high, you're just not going to be able to do that much as Cass. Like, if your game plan is to sit in main like this, just play, I don't even know, Torbjorn or something. Like, you're just not going to be able to break through. What do I feel about this Deadeye? Yeah, the Deadeye's fine because she just used boosters and she's out of DM. So I think this is fine. I think it's a good Deadeye. You greed it probably a lot longer than I would, to be honest, but I think it's fine. I wouldn't even overthink it. And then just don't die. Just don't die. Yeah, you need it to just not swing at all. Like, once his diva is demeched and you hear the window go out, you should just live. Your whole goal is to just live. Because this demech is so big. It's so good for you guys. Like, here, there's no reason to swing this. Just live, bro. Just live. No reason to do this at all. Yeah, just don't peek. Man, that sucks. You had a really good Deadeye there, too. I don't think you knew where the window was, but either way... Oh, man. Let's act like we don't know where the window is. Actually, let me see it from your perspective. Here... No, dude. Once you see the man, I don't know. It is kind of tough. So I'm thinking, guys. Well, let me just slow it down. Why am I doing it like this? Man, also, why do you not get healed? I don't know. I'm not gonna overthink that. That is a little bit unfortunate. Because if the window was somewhere, if you knew the window was there and you still peeked it, but he didn't even die in a window. That's just unlucky. I'm gonna be real. That's unlucky. It's not obvious to me if it's right or wrong, so it's unlucky, and we'll move on because there's other issues anyway. Okay, here you want to play right side. So this is another situation where you're just kind of playing the wrong side. Here on Cassidy, the better angle for you as a hero is here. Okay, this is like a Reaper angle. Okay, I mean, even as Reaper, you kind of want to be on this side of the map anyway. Because the whole point is, if you're here, you also want to deny this from the defenders. You don't want the defenders to have all the space because it's going to make holding the cart easier. Okay, but if you deny them from taking the space, it's easier for your team, the attacker team, to push forward because you're getting suffocated from less angles. So you want to take this side for sure. So you should be working your way here, and then you should be poking out Diva, and then if she ever tries to dive you, just roll backwards and you're fine. Okay, that's how you play that. But playing on this side, you're not going to be able to accomplish much. The angle is too tight. It's too close. The threat of you getting dove by Diva is actually really high. The only reason that Sombra dies is because she's bad, not because you're good. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Like, you should be playing on the right side of the map right now. And then even here, honestly, I would shoot this Diva, and then I would be looking to go high ground right now. To be honest with you, I would be looking to, if I can't find anybody else, like maybe go a little bit wider to shoot the Mercy. Oh, you know what? Playing with Juno ult's probably fine here. Never mind. But one just to kind of, the reason I'm even thinking that is it's extremely important as Cassidy that you end up here. Because if you're not up here, it's really hard to really contribute to a lot of neutral fights. Like this neutral fight as Cassidy is really out of your range in general. And the flanks are kind of awkward as Cassidy, you're really isolated. So you really want to try to find your way to the high ground as much as you can. Like here, right after the Juno ult ended, I would stop dilly-dallying in main, basically, and go top, yeah. For sure. Go top. And this is the recipe for success. Sit up here, fight the Genji, whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't have committed to this Genji fight this much. Like, here you definitely needed to not drop, so that was a found. And you definitely needed to not fall off this thing again. You needed to end up top. And then, because now it's just losing for you. You're going up into a Genji who has the high ground advantage. Now you have to roll backwards, right? It's a nightmare. None of this would have happened if you just never dropped. So that's more of just a raw mistake than anything. You needed to be up top there. Okay, that Summer dies once again because she's bad, not because y'all are good. Okay, we go top. I like this. I like that you're aggressive here against the diva and you kind of disrespect him a little bit. The reason being is because you have good timing, okay? Your diva's already up there. You come up here. You don't know that she's going to drop, but now that you see her drop, now you would drop, okay? If you died here, I wouldn't even be... This is a good roll, too. You rolled out perfectly. But if you died here, I wouldn't be that mad. I would just say roll differently. Yeah, like, this isn't that bad in my opinion. The risk reward is there. You could, if your diva stayed up there there's a reasonable chance you guys win the fight. Like, did she even need to drop? No, she didn't even need to drop. So, yeah, so that's not even your fault, honestly. Your diva should have committed to that fight, in my opinion. You dying here's not a big deal. Nice headshot, by the way. That 180 headshot's crazy. Here. Shoot this diva. Shoot the diva. Okay, and then just live. Okay, I was about to say you should go right side, but that wasn't really a good opportunity to do so. Here, okay, about the Genji matchup. So the only thing to know about the Genji matchup is that if the Genji is walking toward you, just make sure you flash the ground, okay? Like, literally, what I mean by the ground is I mean literally look at your feet. Like, you need to flick to your feet, like 100% down, and flash the floor. Because what a good Genji will do is once they're in the 1v1 matchup, this is a little bit different because he's in Blade. But in general, what he will do is he will deflect and then get point blank. He will get as close to you as possible because at the end of the day, Genji's a shotgun hero, okay? And if he's point blank, it's going to be easier for him to hit his shurikens. So you want to be right in front of, or sorry, he's going to be walking right in front of you, and the only way you'll flash him with his deflect hitbox like the way it is flashing the direct floor. Okay, so that's, you just flash wrong. I don't know if you would have killed him, to be honest, but that's how you play that matchup. And that's only if he's walking directly at you. If he's not walking directly at you, like he's walking laterally, left to right or whatever, then you can throw it above him or to his sides and be fine. Nice flash. Nice perks, by the way. You only kill her because of Bang Bang there. So that's good. Okay, and I like that you come on ground, right? This is the default mentality you should kind of have on Cassidy on this map, is you should really, really lean on this high ground, like a lot, all the time. Don't drop as well. Like, this drop is a mistake. I don't care that no one's on cart. Just stay up there. It's way too important for you as a hero. Because now in this neutral, it's going to feel really terrible. That roll forward is also bad. Wait, do you have flash? Let's see. Does she make a mistake? No, she actually translocates out. So yeah, this is a bad roll. And this whole thing is going to feel terrible on the floor. So if you do end up on the floor, your play is, you're going to play back here. Like, this is your play. And then maybe if the opportunity comes, you're going to look for this rotation. But it's mostly just play here and live. Because if you're on cart and you die, you're trolling. Okay, so you need to play like way back here and just poke them out. Like, I'm even cool if you play wider, because it's really hard for the enemy team to commit to you and kill you. So you can just roll out whatever way is fine. But yeah, you need to be playing like backside jail. Yeah, like, we just shouldn't be the guy on cart here. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, here, this is another this is another map where, or like kind of a section of a map where denying space is really valuable as Cassidy. one thing to just keep in mind is Cassidy is really strong in this hallway, right? If you stand here with your gun, it's really strong down this hallway. It's really hard to contest you. Also because you have a pocket mega, basically. Okay, so don't be afraid of playing this side of the map, even against a diva. It's really easy to just grab the mega and contest and deny this entire rotation, as well as almost this entire left lane from the defenders. So it would be this. Also, the thing that's nice about this is that if you're staged on this side of the map, you can use this staircase, come up here, and then you can also deny this rotation that people like Genji like to do a lot as well. So that's just I prefer that side of the map on attack. Okay. Shoot the diva. Yeah, like we shouldn't be the guy on cart. Like we need to be taking space. So I would be on the left side with the mega and trying to make that work. Like I would be like this whole fight I would have been here, and then if I just keep in mind the diva is up top and get ready, anticipate the dive. Don't react to the dive, anticipate the dive. Okay? So be like I want you to have a 0.1 second reaction time basically for when she boosts towards you. You're gonna roll backwards because you anticipated, not reacted. Okay, if you react, it's like a half a second difference and you're guaranteed dead. Okay, so I need you to predict that you're gonna get dove. Yeah, and the problem is it's just we're stuck in main. I mean, yeah, like this that would have been avoided if we just played left side. Like let's see here. Is there a way? You also just needed to roll, like you needed to roll somewhere, like out of main, but you just walked to an angle. So that was also a roll issue. Nice headshot in the neutral. Ignore the Sombra, don't think about her too much. Nice job. What do I think about this Deadeye? So you pop it before Kitsune Rush. She has no DM. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I like it. You're far away. I like the Deadeye. Whoa, we are getting lost. Actually, we are getting really lost. By the way, you don't have any decision-making issues. Like I'm not really seeing any decision-making problems. Like it's mainly positioning issues. Here you kind of just get lost. I don't really know what is going on. Like, here's the thing. If you're getting lost consistently, it's always a positional issue. Always a positional issue. So, like, here, it's kind of tough because you're playing against Diva. Okay, so in the neutral, especially in situations like this, it's losing as cast into Diva, typically. So, but, like, the problem is you're playing too... Because you used the Deadeye, you walked forward with your Deadeye and it put you, like, here. That's when you got hacked and then you kind of got stuck. So you needed to... your number one priority should have been distance at that point. So it's either roll backwards and play like back here at the rock, or when you use Deadeye, don't even go wide to begin with and just play back here and just shoot them. Right? It's like it's either one of those options. But because you're like in the middle of the fight, you're of course going to get caught by something, right? Like let's watch it again. Here. Oh man, but there's merit to this. Like I think walking forward here was fine. I think at this point you need to walk this way. You need to walk left. Like you need to start walking toward this rock or this wall or something. Like you just need any kind of cover really. But you walk forward, and because you're walking forward because you're trying to follow up with your diva, you just get caught by the Genji. So that one's tougher. I wouldn't worry too much about that, but okay, then we go Reaper. Did we touch? Okay, so it's actually just work out. I'm not a Reaper coach, but I'll take a look at this because not too much gameplay. Here, I'd be going top for sure. I don't know if this is actually how you play Reaper, but my thought is, if we're thinking about fundamentals, especially as Reaper, when I have a Hanzo as my other DPS, I want to open up angles and try to make plays. So I'm going to be TPing top, and I'm going to be looking for this flank. Not only because it opens me up to make plays, but it also denies the enemy team from making plays up here. Okay? So I'd be coming up here for sure with TP. and then I'd be looking to see to do something. Because then you could, because the thing that's nice about it as well is that if you do see someone like the brig that you can go on, you don't have to TP to get to her. You can just drop to get to her. So you save a cooldown. So I like that more than standing in main right now. Because really, what are we accomplishing here? Like, this is better. Like, take an angle. Now you force DM. And then now you can play in the Juno ult. But there's a chance you could have killed the brig with the TP up top leg. And then here, I'm not gonna act like I know what the best play is. It's a lot of just kind of shoot people at this point. I'm not a Reaper coach. I don't really know what's good. Wow, it really is just a firefight on point for real. Dang, wow, this stagger is crazy. Okay. Jeez, man. Okay. Do we go back to cast or do we play something else? 12 yarn? Okay, whatever. Okay, if the rest is just 12, I'm not gonna watch it. What do we play on attack? Oh, yeah. So, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch this. Okay, well, I hope that was helpful on Cassidy. I think your biggest issue is you guys gave up your defense way too early because you just died way too early. That was really the biggest problem. Your first defense, right? First point. And then just Hollywood is all about on second, really prioritizing that high ground as much as you can. And then there's a lot of lanes that you were just playing in main quite a bit. So just make sure you take a look at all the different lanes available to you and, you know, play them accordingly. Like I needed on third defense on cast, for example, I needed to see you play right side, but we just didn't do that at all. Right. So those would be more things I'd be looking at. But thank you for the code. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm always available in the Discord and I love to help. Okay. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next code. And this actually be my last code today. Guys, I'm getting a little tired. So we're going to wrap it up a little early. We're just going to do 4 codes. So we have Helios and Rialto. I know we do a lot of Rialto, but this is the one that Busy Raptor left the most notes on. He said, man, I played really sloppy this game, kind of because I misclicked comp and wasn't in the mindset for it. But I also had other DPS that wanted to play Cass. That flamed me for Cass for not dealing much damage. Okay, whatever. And then who cares? Just turn off text chat, guys. Thank you, of course, yeah. Was that your code? If that was your code, man, thank you for being here, man. Happy to help. And you can always just submit. I do VOD reviews all the time, so if you want to submit a new code, just let me know. And drop it in the request. He said, okay, so one thing, just turn off text chat, guys. Just turn it off. Who cares? If people are trash talking you in text chat, who cares? These guys don't even have the courage to say something over voice. Okay, look, I can get behind staying in voice, sorry, but staying in text chat is just dumb. If they got nothing to say in there, guys, let's be for real. So turn it off. And then yeah, that was me. Cool. Yeah, Boston, if you have any extra questions, just let me know, man. Also, YouTube chat's delayed, which is why I'm replying to you late. But if something comes up, just let me know. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and hop into the next code. Oh yeah, I'm like tripping over myself here. But turn off text chat anyway. And then he also said, I also had my ult too long and we lose the game. I also tried doing some roll text during a fight. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, but I guarantee you turning off text chat will boost your rank. No joke. 1 div. Over time. Over 2 weeks, it'll boost your rank 1 div. Okay. So we go for the tail rollout. Perfect. This is the best rollout objectively on Rialto. You should always be coming left side. It's just more consistent than any other play. It's a lot like the Eichenwald rollouts. The problem is if you come main, you're going to get spammed. Okay. We don't want to do that. We don't want to take damage if it's not in our effective range. And then you have this flank available to you, but I don't recommend you do it off rip because mainly if someone does contest you, it's entirely out of your range and there's no cover. Okay, so it's really difficult for you as Cass to commit to that. So here, your number 1 play is to hard rotate left. Like right now, you should not be getting pinned in this angle. With that roll that you just had, you should have rolled across the gap because you need to end up here because your end plays are either hard wrap or come play this door. These are your main plays. I would keep in mind that your other DPS is a tracer, so I would err on the side of doing less super flanky stuff. So probably don't do this and do more of this, or honestly playing in main, but I would avoid playing in main because not a lot of playmaking happens there, right? And the tank is monkey. Okay. Yeah, we take the left angle. Look at this. Look. This is exactly why y'all should be taking this angle. So our friend Raptor has a bit of a butterfinger here, which is unfortunate. But no one, he has 4 people in his LOS. No one is looking at him. And most importantly, this Ashe is not looking at him. This Ashe is who we should be killing right now. Yeah, that just needs, honestly, dude, this is just a mechanical thing. I want you to notice this. I can't have you swing angles like this that are really high value, and this is your aim. You aim head level, perfect crosshair placement, random flick. Random flick to the side as well. I can kind of understand the flick to the Genji, but like a lot of this is just flick movement, just flicks over and over and over again. Like it's more obvious when you watch it faster. Like what is going on here? It's consistent adjustment. Like we need to just like lock in, bro. I know you said you didn't mean to queue comp, but I need you to have calm aim, you know? That's what I need. Butterfinger, yeah, man, Butterfinger. Actually, this is some Butterfinger gameplay right here. We cannot be letting this slip through our hands. Because that is so good. I mean, taking the angle is good enough because you force attention on yourself. But that shit converted. That shit converted. Your timing was so good. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. But your timing was really good on that angle. Okay, I wouldn't have resung when I was on fire there, but it's okay because your support is there, so I can kind of get it. That Ashe kill also needs to happen. I need you to aim head level, okay? If you watch Lip gameplay that we just went through, so go back to the beginning of the VOD. Lip aims head level almost all the time, even when the person's half, okay? Aim head level, bro. Here, bam. I want to see an adjustment to head level. That first shot, when she was jumping, fine by me. This should be an adjustment to head level. I think maybe you are trying, but you're aiming low. So that's a mechanical thing. And the only reason I'm talking about mechanics here is because you're making the best play. Like, this is the best play from macro. Like, this is so high value shooting their backline like this. Which is why I recommend this play so much. It's so good. And this W key is good. I like that you're walking forward here. Yeah. Perfect. Here? Ooh, I would not be... you know what? I think it's fine. Because you know he's going to leave. So I think you're fine here. But yeah, just don't walk in the open. Cool. Now you need to realize that you're not going to get any more value from the angle. Instantly, I need you to turn around, roll backwards, and you need to be up top. You just need to be up top because your mid fight here sucks on this point. It's really bad because there's not a way for you to like peek here and shoot them effectively. Like I need you to be up here. So you need to turn around right now. Like yep, and roll. No. You need to commit the roll and go all the way up top. Like you're kind of running late because you're dilly-dallying. Like I needed you to be there now. Don't even swing here. Don't get baited by this angle. The problem with this angle is it's too far. This is like 30 meters away. Okay. It's just too far. You're not going to do enough damage to these guys to be a threat. They might look at you, but they're going to realize, oh, he's doing 10 damage to me. I'm going to ignore him. And then they're going to leave you alone. You know what they can't ignore? A gigantic dude with a revolver at this range with verticality advantage. They cannot ignore you. It's impossible. If you want to deadlift this fight, you needed to ignore this and you need to be up here. Yeah, if we account for all the time you wasted shooting in main, I would have already been here. And look, it would have died. I would have probably forced the main wall or the ice block, or I would have forced pedal, or I would have just straight up killed the Lifeweaver. But you missed your timing. Now you're too late. Look, now you're in the angle, which is good, but you're just too late. You get dove by the monkey and the Mei. So you had it. You were so close, but I needed you to. I see it earlier. I needed you to see it earlier. Man, that sucks so bad. You actually had the best play there too. It's just too late. It's just too late. What else could you have done? What else could you have done? Let's see. Let's get creative. If we're already here. Sorry, no, I want to go even earlier. Okay, wait. Let's evaluate from this position. W king there is not an option. Too many people are looking at you. So that's not on the table. I was thinking about that, but there's just no way. Here, you could have roll tech. Roll tech would not help you here, so there's no roll tech. Okay, so in this position, what's our best play? You could unswing, come right side. No, but this sucks. I was gonna say you can like try to, no, there's literally no other better place. Yeah, you just need to be up top over here. That's actually all it came down to. That's crazy. Is that, I mean, sitting in main, but sitting in main leaves it in everyone else's hands, and you just pray you're an aim god. Okay. Here, we need to play that left door again. Perfect. We make the rotation. I probably would have rolled to the angle, but this is fine. Your tracer dies, whatever. Now we just chill. Just shoot tank. We have Deadeye, so we don't actually really need to poke out. Okay, I would be Deadeyeing right now. I know this monkey's on my right side, and I see these two supports. I don't really care too much about these two supports living, because they're probably going to live, let's be real. But it's more important that I swing wide like this with Deadeye and kill the monkey. Okay, or at least force him to get out, because then that's just going to secure all of this space for us. I mean, this will mean that this is an expensive fight for us, that we're probably going to... This guy will probably end up using Primal late, but, I mean, it's a good opportunity. I don't know if you need to use Deadeye here, but I would use Deadeye here personally. Okay. Well, actually, I think my play would have been bad, so maybe you make the better play. Now that, like, I see the sequence of events, I think this is the better play for sure. So this is fine. Oh, shoot. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me not doubt myself that easily. If I Deadeye now, okay, the tree would have come out. I would be in Deadeye. It's Hanoon. That guy would use Pal. I actually would have killed Weaver. So maybe my play would have been better. Okay. Okay, credit to myself. Anyway. This is a good Deadeye too. Yeah, that just sucks. I'll be real. Do we have a better way to play this? We get a little lost, but 1v1 in the maze, I'm so down. Wait, do we have roll? How does this roll work? Oh. This roll is probably fine. Do you know she's up there? I mean, realistically, you should know she's up there because she's spamming, but honestly, I don't really blame you that much. There's a lot of stuff going on here. This is tough. Oh, well, I'm not worried about this. This wasn't really your fight to win. You needed to win the fight before that. The only other thing you could have done is the Deadeye that I would have done, but I think rolling to fight the Mei is fine as well. I think it makes sense. Okay. Staging. This is what I need all my gold players to do, which is wait for your team. So he just waited for his team. Keep in mind, he did literally nothing for like 5 seconds. He's just waiting for his team to come back. You just shouldn't come high ever. This is just unless you think the monkey's going to be up here. But if you think the monkey's going to be up here, you would have heard him already, right? So being up top is just bad. This is just bad LOS for you. Yeah. Oh, also the reason that other cast would expect you to have more damage is because he main bots and he doesn't know how to deadlift. I'm telling you, main botting in most until you're grandmaster is bad. It's really bad. Like, yeah. So here, your problem is you shouldn't have come top. Is it like top is just bad for cast, especially at that range. It's pretty much always left door or coast flank, pretty much every single time. And you also should not be going bridge. I pretty much never go bridge unless I can see through the wall my team fighting. Unless I can see through the wall my team fighting over here, I pretty much never come bridge. I just don't think it's good. You're gonna get poked out and you're gonna die. Sorry, I have hiccups. Okay, you shouldn't. This is an overperformance in my opinion. Let's actually check this again. Okay. So we come in. See the Ash, hit a headshot, hit another headshot. She doesn't coach out. She coached out late. Yeah, that's an overperformance. She misplays. But it's good. After you hit this first headshot, I actually don't mind you committing. Because you kind of hit... Do you hit it in the rotation? Ooh, after you hit 2 in a row... Nah. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Being in the open... I guess you can roll and you have the health advantage. But you don't know if she's going to get healing. I'm 50-50 on this. I'm not going to obsess over it. I'm 50-50 on that. That's a good kill, though. It's a game-winning kill. Even here, hit the rotation, bro. You're going top. Go top, go top, go top. Ooh. Yeah, dude, if you no hesitation rotated top, like I'm talking about, if you... Right now, if you didn't even shoot this Mei, bro, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even shoot the Mei. I'm being so for real. I'm going bam, 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 shooting them in rotation. Not even, like, you're... you have 0.1 second of movement to the right here. I wouldn't even be doing that, bro. I'm full committing to the rotation. 100%. Because, dude, you want to be up here. You want to be up here. Because if you bait the monkey dive up here, you can live it. It's really hard for them to deal with you. It's expensive to deal with you, most importantly. Like, that's the thing. But now, because you have a second of rotation, you end up getting hit by the May Icicle, and this monkey lands straight on your forehead, and you're donezo. I mean, you end up having pocket here, which is very fortunate, but we don't bet on pocket. So if you are a second earlier, you would have saved both your supports from pocketing you and been on a good angle. And then yeah, subsequently there's no play to make. Like, so okay, so you play Rialto largely correctly, other than you shouldn't have gone top. I don't know why you did that. That was a bad play. Going top is not the answer. And then because it's just not built for Cassidy. The only time you want to come top is if there's someone in top you need to clear. Like if there's a monkey up top. And this is getting to the point where it's like only relevant for like Diamond Plus players. Like this is not going to be relevant for a lot of people. But like the only time you really want to come top is when there's someone up here you need to clear, like a Venture or like a Echo or a Pharaoh or a Monkey. Sometimes monkeys will stage up here. You want to clear them. But like you almost always want to play this door frame. Like this door frame is so good because you have this rotation, and this is the only high ground that matters to for Cassidy. Because everything else just sucks, and you felt it. Like all this stuff sucks. And then never come bridge ever, pretty much. I don't think it's good. Some pros will do this, and I still think it's bad for the reasons you've seen. I think on average it's bad. It's on average it's just bad. And then on this one, I just needed you need to realize how important this high ground is. And I need you to, even if the May is low, I need you to commit to this because you can still kill the May from up here anyway. Like I needed you to do that. But most importantly, you just needed to identify, even when you were here, this extended, I needed you to turn around and go to high ground. I needed you to realize it's that important for Cassidy. I don't think you realize how, I think you know it's good, but I don't think you realize how important it was. Because the only other option you have is stand in main. And if you're going to be too, like, I would have been fine with it if you were like going through this rotation and you realize, oh, I'm just going to be too late. Then you stay in main. I'm fine with that. Okay. Because then that's an issue of, that's like a more of an issue if you cut your losses, which can be fine. Okay. So if you cut your losses, then okay, you made the best of the situation you had given the decisions you made. And you know for sure that your decision was that you didn't rotate fast enough. So then you can just play in main like around the planer and headshot people forever. But yeah, we should be on our toes a little bit more. Okay, and then you make the correct decision, which is you don't even peek, which I'm telling you is the way you play Rialto attack or defense first. It's so broken. You just stand here, or if you want to be even safer. So everyone watching this VOD, take notes. This is how you play this. You stand where bro is playing right now, or you stand here, either one. And your number one goal is don't take damage. If I ever see you poking out main here, you are trolling, bro. Unless you were pocketed by a Brig or an Ana or something like that, you are trolling. You should never play here. Why? Why should you never play here? Because out of your effective range, if you get dope, you don't know what team count they're playing. So if they're playing a Widow, you're going to die and you're trolling. They could be playing a Diva and you're trolling. Like, I need you to just play adverse and then make an educated decision. I don't want you to take a risk off rip. It's so bad. Okay, here, and also this is the value of the angle. Your goal is to not punish them from here. You're not to try to make a play from here. Your goal is to deny them from having this space. This is your goal. And this is why playing this angle is so good, because if they try to clear you, it's really hard because you have this wrap play and it's relatively easy for your healers to help you. Okay, so this is how you play this. This is perfect. Don't W key though. I don't want to see you W key here. I want you to play like back here. Like, I don't want you to even be in front of the pillar because there's going to be a world where you take a headshot randomly from this BAP and you try to roll forward and you roll into the pillar and you die. How do I know that? Because I died to that before. Okay. So, learn from the bloodstains on the wall, and I want you to stand here. Okay. I don't even want you to walk forward at all. I don't really mind you fighting this tracer. Actually, I do mind. I don't like this play at all. I don't like that you're taking the space aggressively against the tracer, because let's be real, even if she has this space up here, this fight for you, let's say my camera is you right now, and let's say the tracer's right here, this fight for you is still good. It's still good. So why do we want to take this angle? Giving up this much space for like the amount of risk we take for how much we gain for this is negligible. It's actually terrible. Like, this trade-off is bad. Because now, this monkey jumps back up here. Now, and we're actually fried. There's no world where we should have to roll off here. There's also no world where we should demand Zen healing right now. I mean, we're a good Zen healing target, but we just shouldn't demand this much healing right now. Like, there's a world where you die. Like, this is just a mistake. There's no reason to swing this wide in the Tracer. Just stand up here, and then if she swings wide to fight you, okay, it's good for us. She has no cover. The only place she has is try to blink behind us. Okay, now you're going to be looking at my entire ally team, who's probably going to try to heal me anyway, and she's just going to eat the collateral, right? And if she blinks here, the only thing she has is blink wide or blink back. Like, it's terrible for her. So this is a bad matchup. Like, you played the matchup wrong. And now, here, I wouldn't roll tech back. Okay, this is probably where you try to roll tech back up. This roll tech is good, but because they already have the space, and you're not here to mark them as they have the space, this is now null. Okay, I don't want you up here at all. You only should be up here if you're denying them from taking the space. They already have it, though. So there's no reason to be up here. It's only liability. Okay, so you shouldn't be up here. So the roll tech idea, it's a good application of roll tech, but this is a bad application of like principle of space denial. Okay. So, so this actually would have been a unique situation where it actually would have been pretty good because there's no chance that the Tracer thinks you're going to be up there. No chance. And you actually just outskilled at her mechanically. And here's another situation where it would be good because you can catch the Weaver. Yeah, you're just going to practice it more because you're not good at it under pressure. You keep like clipping something, like you stand on this ledge and then walk forward. You literally stand against it, no inputs, space shift. Like, that's how you should be thinking about it. If you can't get it, this is one of the easiest ones in the game. If you can't get it consistently, you need to practice it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how it is. But that kill on the Tracer is overperformance, by the way. But it is what it is. This roll tech actually is strange. It would have been good here because you would have dodged this monkey dive and then you would have been able to walk up here. I don't know. You probably still would have died, but the chance you trade out with the Weaver is pretty high. So you don't die for free, which is going to be the problem here, I think. I think you die for free, maybe. Oh, you don't actually die here. Wow. So this was a good rotation. Wait, how do you not die here? What happens? Your Ana just hits an anti and he's low, so he can't really commit to it. So the rotation is not bad. So whatever. I like the rotation. Okay, I would not roll forward here at all. We don't just shoot him. You're in the middle of the reload animation, aren't you? Yeah, you were like about to finish your reload. Just finish your reload, bro. Because we don't need proximity to kill him. He's a giant monkey, bro. Just shoot him. That roll didn't matter that much. And the chance of us dying there is pretty high, to be honest. Like 20% when it should be 0. I like that you're up here. You need to fight the Mei. You guys need to get this Mei out. This Mei is going to be such a big problem. Like here I'd be, if I was in voice, I'd be like, guys, I need you guys to help me fight the Mei. Because if she's alive, she can get a blizzard. She can kill someone unexpectedly mid-fight. Like, especially in mobile heroes like Mei, you need to just take the time to clear. It's harder to clear people like a Tracer that have really harder ways to get out, but definitely clear this Mei in this situation. Okay, good kill on the Genji. And then I like that you're playing around this building. This is really good on your defense. We don't die to the monkey. I also like that you greed the roll here, to be honest. Oh, no, you don't greed roll. It's off cooldown. Do you roll to the angle? Do I like this roll? I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't even roll here. Like, we don't need to be on the angle. Like, you should be looking through the wall right now and seeing where your team is. And let's see. Does it look like I need to roll to the angle right now? Well, if I just kind of read my team's body language. She's healing the Ram on a like, I'm not going to get it all immediately, but I can clearly see that my Ram's not turned around. So they're all probably stuck in main. So I probably don't need to roll to the angle right now. So I would not be rolling to the angle right now. And there's a world where we die to that monkey. I'm not gonna act like it's gonna happen 100% of the time, but like we should have been able to roll that because there's just no need to roll to the angle there. Yeah, also I would have been cool with the Deadeye on this guy. I'm gonna be real. If you just jumped on this planner, bam, and Deadeyed, I would be so down for that. Sometimes that's just like the best you can get out of Deadeye, so like that would have been sick. But that's a good kill too. that would have been a good Deadeye too, because in mid fight you guys have space, and they don't have this high ground yet. I mean, the Genji's standing here, but he's not like fighting for this actively. So this would have been a rare situation where, as well, where the roll tech would have been okay. Just keep in mind you don't have roll for 6 seconds, so you need to be a little bit passive. Honestly, maybe I'm just trying to like make the roll tech work in my mind. Maybe it's not actually better. Like I think what might actually be better is this play, or like maybe I mean that's also risky. But if they dive you, your ram can collapse. So I don't know. You can also think about this. But playing in main and just catching the dive is also not bad here as Cass. Like honestly, actually, your probably best play is to just walk back again and then just stand here. Cause like, yeah, I think actually that is the best play. It's just to go back to the high ground. Cause like now we're really close to them in proximity. It's not gonna require that many cooldowns. It's not expensive to clear us. All right, and we can take poke as well. But from that other high ground, that's pretty much impossible to happen. You do deny the Genji from poking out though, but you can do something very similar by playing in main. How does your Ana die? Did she just get greedy? She stops moving, which is unfortunate, but whatever. Happens, I guess we can't control that. Okay, roll away from the monkey. Okay. Yeah, this is a symptom of just we're not on the high ground, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real. All of this stuff that Ram is doing is pretty negligible. Like, I would just be here. I would just be here. I'd literally just be AFK. I'm being so for real. Here, then I'd shoot the monkey bubble. Then I'd be like, okay, he's taking a little bit of space. I'm gonna come back this way. I'd probably get dove. That's okay. I can see him, so I can headshot him once in the air. Roll backwards. Continue to walk backwards. Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. Then he's probably gonna give up. Because why also would he give up? He doesn't have bubble. Actually, I probably wouldn't even get dove here because he doesn't have bubble. But if he does dive me, he's probably dead. So yeah. So I would have just been up here. Damn, your tracer's actually the goat. But yeah, you kind of die because you're just on the floor. I'm gonna be real. Okay. And now that we died, it's like, okay, here, I need you to trust the vision. I need you to go for either, you have two options. You're gonna go with your, you're gonna go with your ram. You're gonna come this way. Or I need you to turbo rat play, come left side. Because the problem is, you know what? You could just live here. Yeah. They don't have range. Okay, so I forgot to consider this. They have no range heroes. So I guarantee you it's going to be Genji up top and then Mei in main. And then everyone's just kind of shooting in main. What you can look for is in the mid fight, and I do this all the time, is your win condition on this defense. Your win condition is a hard flank right side and walk through the door and shoot them in the back. That is your win condition. I'm telling you, because this point is really brutal for Cassidy on defense. It's really brutal. All the angles suck. You can pretty much never find this angle. Sometimes you can, but it's really hard to get through this door. And then this flank is way too long and it's out of your range. So your play is to walk all the way over here. You can either walk up, it's going to depend on the situation, but you can either walk up top or you can come through the door and shoot them in the back. It's just going to depend. So I would be looking for either of those plays. I would definitely not be playing in main. Okay. I think at this point it's probably fine. I also think the rat play I was about to suggest to you is probably not great because you know the Genji's on the left side and taking a 1v1 is kind of not what we want to do right now. So I think this is probably fine, just trying to live as best as you can and stop them from taking space aggressively. And then here I would not be going wide left. I don't know why you do this, but you for sure need to come right. You need to for sure be coming right. Like this is a YOLO play. I mean, dang, I cannot believe I just said that. That's crazy. This is a gamble play, but this is the deadlift play. Because if you came here and you one-tapped this Weaver on timing with your Tracer, your team would be applauding for your heroism right now, okay? But, okay, you take the left flank with the Deadeye, which actually isn't that bad, but it's just too slow. It's too slow. So you needed to commit to a play earlier. Like here, I needed you to roll to the angle, like bam, and walk up the stairs. It actually would have been faster. You would have been here about now. Maybe you still lose. I don't know. That sucks. Dang, that actually sucks. But oh well. But keep in mind, this play is better in my opinion. You should be doing this play more than this play ever. Because also, if you Deadeye from here, it's only circumstance that they're back here. Normally, the support's like here or something like that, or like on this thing. So your LOS isn't that good. But I would try to be coming this right side for sure. But okay, that's this VOD. I think you almost had the attack perfect. Just don't come up top ever, pretty much, especially when you're gonna get outranged. Just keep doing this door. I know you're banging your head against the wall, but this door play is the best. You want to end up top. It gets so good. It's so good, so strong. Do it every time. I don't think I've been full held on first in a while, just by doing that play. And just commit to it. Like, I need you to go back to the high ground and stuff like that. But that's about it. Okay, guys. I'm gonna call it for today. There are 2 more VODs in the requests, but those are like my usuals. So I'm tired and I just don't really feel like going through them right now, honest guys. I'm going for 3.5 hours. But thank you for watching, guys. If you ever have any questions, just let me know in the VOD. Sorry, in the Discord. All coaching is free, and you can submit requests, and I'll try my best to get to them every week. And then if you, what was I gonna say? Oh, my stream schedule is Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. CST. It will probably change in the future. I'm probably gonna do 1 more stream, and they're gonna be all shorter, slightly shorter, and I'm gonna do them at different times of day, probably. But we'll see as we cross that bridge. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and join the Discord for free coaching. And I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.